All
All
right.
right.
There we go. We're good.
Okay, so we're going to just kind of jump right into this and do a quick little recap. You guys recently went and cleared out a dungeon on what is known to the elves as the Isle of the Dead. You had a kind of relatively easy encounter with a bone devil, followed by a overly complicated encounter with a handful of animated armors, all of which led to a scrying pool, which offered you a glimpse into the astral sea. You completed your task of making your way to this place, making your way to this scrying pool, in which your temporary allies, being Baroness Riverwatch and Gaius Hammerrath, didn't quite find what they were looking for. And just at the end there, a mysterious figure appeared through a portal, addressing Baroness Riverwatch as his sister before they stepped through, leaving your group plus the two Carnage pirates alone on the island. And they stated they were going to be sailing off towards Mintarn to collect on this payment, which they were promised by Baroness Riverwatch and Gaius. Um, for your sailing, we're not going to do more boat sessions. We've gone ahead and done that. We're going to say that you guys make it to Mintarn fairly uneventfully. Santi shinging and grog drinking along your way, and you guys find your way to the docks of Mintarn. So you guys arrive a few hours before dusk. Um, Captain Carnage, as you all lead off the boat, and Pete is kind of shuffled down the gangplank. His new ability to ascend and descend stairs coming quite in handy. Um, he looks at the lot of you and says, "All right, I suppose you find yourselves on a brief vacation. I'll be summoning a group of pirate lords of Mintarn to discuss the state of the city and see if I can find myself the payment that was promised me by this Baroness Riverwatch. For the time being, in case you encounter her, as it seems you're also fairly accustomed to, I'll be sending my collections officer with a lot of you, secondary to munitions expert. And following you down the gangplank, you see a short yet stout and well built, definitely of a sailor's build, halfling. And you can go ahead and introduce yourself, Christian.
The name's Bosco. What else should I? He's very handsome. Very. I don't know what to say. I'll to keep an eye and deal with your guys' problems.
All right.
After this brief introduction, Captain Carnage once again looks to the lot of you, Isabella at his side, and he says, I'll be hosting a council meeting of the Pirate Lords upon the Executioner in 3 days' time. We have preparations to be made, the ship to be cleaned, as you would expect for having guests. You're welcome to stay aboard after the meeting. Free lodging, you already have your rooms. Free food. However, until the meeting, I'm not going to have anyone on. I want this ship to be spotless by the time that they're all aboard for the meeting. We'll be departing in a week to return to Luskin if you so wish to follow. It's your choice. But for the time being, Mintarn is yours. Welcome to the island. Has inns, markets, brothels, armories, you name it.
Uh,
Make what you
I think
will.
nature kind of speaks up. It's like libraries.
I'm sure you may be able to find one somewhere, although you might be hard struck on a pirate island. There are a number of intellectuals here, though.
Any idea where I can go about finding them?
You'd have to ask around. So you might imagine it's not quite my forte.
Okay.
Anything else? Well then, off with you. They got a ship to clean.
Any inn recommendations?
I moved you guys to the city map, by the way.
Oh, I see it.
He looks kind of in contemplation, and he says, "There's one I would recommend. It used to stay there as a lad. I'm sure it's still there. It's right off of the main square. You'll find it named as the... What was it now? The Manticore's Tail, I believe. You'll go ahead and find that just off of the square, right by the clock tower."
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Andy, as being on that pirate ship, would I say that I've been here before?
Maybe for a brief stop. You may have found yourself in Mintarn at some point, but not much more than restocking on munitions and rations. Maybe for an evening or two. It's definitely kind of a trade port, more civilized than many islands you've stopped on.
Okay, and this is a pirate island, so we could find munitions here.
Yeah, and you know what? Just for the record, I'm gonna give you advantage on anything that has to do with knowledge of the island, such as like
Okay.
history checks or anything like that. I'll say that you do have enough experience here too. Like you know a thing or two. You're not an
Okay.
expert on it, but you've been around the block.
Yeah. So where would you guys like to go?
Well, we should probably get set up with lodging before anything else.
Why
I don't-
worry about not having a bed to sleep on? Can avoid that.
So, you know what I should have done? Sorry. This is also... Those are the docks of which you entered on.
Okay.
There's two sets of docks. You notice them as you sailed in. You sailed kind of around that southern jetty of rocks and came into this inner harbor here.
All right.
What do you, fam?
Unless anyone wants to do something else, I think we go visit the Manticore's Tail.
That's what I was thinking.
So you walk through this small little section of buildings down here by the docks, and you see a variety of kind of interesting locations, just things that catch your eye that you haven't seen in other cities. Just stuff like tattoo parlors, for example, kind of dives, bars, stuff like that. For your first experience in Mintarn, spare yours, Bosco. This is definitely a different type of city. It's a little rough around the edges thus far. But you guys go ahead and make your way, and it's easy enough to find your way to the center of the city. As you approach the Manticore's Tail, in the center of this kind of thoroughfare here, you do see what looks to be a large, well-constructed bell tower. Every quarter hour it rings, as you would expect that of like a grandfather clock to do. Other than that, it's just kind of a landmark. You can see it from just about every point in the city, you gather. It's noticeably taller than the other buildings. But you go ahead and you find your way to the Manticore's Tail.
All right.
Okie doke.
What's the read on this place? What does this place look like? Is it like talking like Old West saloon type deal? Like, is it that kind or is it real rough and tumble, or is it kind of look comfortable?
It's rough and tumble. It's comfortable. It is kind of rough, but at the same time, it's an upper class type of rough. Being right off the main square, it's definitely a point of convenience for a lot of travelers. You gather that it's probably one of the finer establishments within the city.
All right.
Smells nice, looks nice, well kept, and it has windows, which is something that you've seen them around, but it's definitely a higher class establishment type of place to have glass windows rather than, wooden shutters, perhaps. A number of patrons kind of sit around having their early supper, as dusk definitely looms over the harbor. Other than that, it's pretty quiet, especially compared to the bustle of which you guys knew to be Luskin, where everything was packed. There's actually open tables here for once, and many of them.
So, is there any reason we're seeking an inn as opposed to just staying on the ship?
Because he said he wants us off the ship.
That's a pretty good reason, I'd have to say.
That's fair. All right.
He did say that you could stay on the ship after the pirate council had met. But until then, he wanted everything to be spotless. So, you guys got the boot for a few days.
All right.
Okay. Well,
Hail and well met, barkeep.
She turns around from polishing a few glass mugs and she hangs them up overhead and, oh, hello. Welcome to the Manticore's Tale. What can I do for you?
We're looking for some rooms for, what is it, a week or so?
I see, and that'll be for the lot of you? Is that a cow outside?
It is.
yes.
Her name is Pete.
Okay, it is with you. And
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
her name is Pete.
Correct. Pete too.
Okay. I understand. You could make your way upstairs, pick any room you like. Just come back down and let me know which you would prefer, I suppose.
I'll raise you.
Sounds good.
All right.
What was the price on
Nice.
it? I didn't
It
actually
was-
hear.
I was about to ask that.
Well, here is where you guys get to make some decisions. Is anyone not heading upstairs? Cool.
No, I'll go upstairs.
Probably
So-
Pete.
So, this is going to be the layout. There are a number of rooms available of different qualities, different, different. You can kind of peek in the doors. Some of them are locked or occupied, but you can kind of peek in and gather. Some rooms are nicer than others. Some come with their own restrooms, bathing, bathtubs, stuff like that. And their prices are labeled accordingly. Prices are also like for the room, not per person. Just to make that clear.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, these are pricey. Oh, it's for there's multiple
Per the
beds per
room, so
I don't know. I'm perfectly fine with just say 4 gold per night room. And sharing.
I mean, I'm perfectly fine with going the cheap route.
Okay. Just let me know which room you guys decide on.
Let me go ahead and check my pockets for how much coin I have before I agree.
This one has more storage.
I agree. I think it was better positioned too.
Yeah, we're not by the noisy
Which-
ice machine.
Where's Pete gonna stay? I'll have to ask
Where
if she
is
has
Pete gonna
an
stay?
idea.
These are the important
Is Pete allowed to
questions.
stay upstairs?
I think we'll be in
But-
our own room for.
Well, I mean, you could get Pete upstairs, but then how are you going to get her downstairs?
No, she can ascend and descend stairs. It's a
I
new
think
cow
that's
feed.
a feat.
Yep.
What's that?
I forgot.
She's the first of her kind.
I don't know.
She'll lead the way.
It's a very smart cow.
Okay, well.
Is that the room you guys are deciding on?
At least us three, it looks like.
Well, there
I'll
are
share a
4
room
beds.
with Shriek,
Okay.
or I'll take my own room.
So you would not want to be on the 4th bed of it.
Well, we could share a room. I could be more friendly with Shriek than all of you people.
I
Wow.
mean,
and the
Don't I
cow.
feel honored? Oh wait, are you
I feel
saying
attacked.
you're okay with rooming with a cow? Because I know a lot
Yeah,
of people
that's
wouldn't.
fine.
Okay, he smells. She smells. Just letting you know. To make it
I
feel
try.
better. If it isn't a long day, I often cast a spell to make the room smell like the forest, if that's all right with you.
Well, do you want to split this room because it's bigger and we don't need 4 beds?
Suppose so, sure.
As you kind of did you bring Pete up with you?
No, he's gonna hang out in the
Okay.
front, like a good boy, good girl. Dang it, I'm sorry.
What is up with our show and gender ambiguity in our animals?
Well, the problem here is that it's a cow with udders that was given a male name.
I don't think that's a problem.
I don't think it's a problem. I think it's just the point of confusion at times.
Okay,
Pete is
have you
short
guys
for
decided on
patina.
have you have you guys decided on that room?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
Okay, and you can of course change it later if you want. But okay, you guys have your rooms.
All right.
I'm gonna try to remind you guys each night to just mark off the gold accordingly. You guys can split it however.
Okay.
But do your best to remember yourself, please.
Here's our problem
Sure.
now.
Well, I think the easiest way is like we just alternate nights. So one pays 2 the first night, next night, then I pay 2, then third
Alright,
night.
I'll
like,
pay 2 the first night.
Yeah, just keep it simple.
Aren't
I feel like I
Aren't
have a
you
lot of
only
money. I don't
staying here
remember
for
if I have
3
more
days
money than
too?
everyone else, but I have a significant sum.
I do too. I have like 661 gold and a lot
Oh,
of
you have more than me.
silver.
Same. What happened? But oh, the pirates paid us. That's right.
Yes.
Classic pirates.
Does this include food, Andy? Does this
We might have to go
include
ask the
food?
barkeep.
Is this a bed and breakfast?
No, it does not include your. It's only lodging, does not include food. I'll go ahead and move you guys back downstairs. The
All right.
world is yours.
Let me go talk to this barkeep. So, I'd like to take that bottom left corner of room. Do you have any issues with my beautiful cow, Pete?
No. I suppose that perhaps if other guests take offense to it, then I might have to ask you to find other accommodations, but I don't see any reason that she couldn't stay outside or perhaps downstairs in the basement or something else. I'm sure we could find something.
Well,
And
but
Nader's
specifically
listening to this conversation
upstairs.
is laughing.
For the time being, it'll be fine. I don't see anyone complaining. It's a fairly relaxed city.
That's fair. Okay.
May
Well,
I interest you all in dinner? Have you already ate?
What's the special
I
tonight?
thought it was dawn.
Dusk.
Gotcha.
What's the special tonight?
Fresh caught halibut right out of the bay. Had it delivered not half an hour ago. We can go ahead and sear some up for you if you'd like. It's on the house, first night.
Well, when you put it like that, how can I say no?
Nader is excited
great.
about this. Very, very much so.
got any hay?
No.
I don't know why you would.
I could perhaps find some lettuce?
Yeah, you got bushes. It's fine. It'll be okay.
Do you have long grass in the back of your?
Can my cow stay
Place?
upstairs in your room? Can my cow eat your landscaping?
Hey, this is a high class place. I expect to be treated royally.
Can my cow have your job?
Fresh
She's a
milk
good
on the
barkeep.
house.
I'm dead. Okay.
Can we please train Pete to become a server or something?
She would look so good in one of those black aprons. Anyways,
So the lot of you go and kind of find an open table, center of the room by the looks of it, and not maybe 5 or 6 minutes later is a plate brought to you, a large, almost kind of communal plate brought to you with a variety of vegetables and one large halibut that has been lightly seared and freshly dressed with some form of citrus juice on top.
Nice, prevents scurvy.
Unless it's limes. Limes are ineffective.
Is that true?
And
I didn't know that.
Tell
yes,
to
that
the
I
is
Brits.
thought
true.
it was all citrus.
Nope,
I-
limes don't have enough
Tell
vitamins.
that to the Brits.
And Shriek, you see Pete kind of go inside and kind of push through these doors.
I'll be right back,
Runaway
everyone.
cow.
Seems
Runaway
fine.
cow.
Oh, hi, Pete.
Hmm?
You looking for a place to sleep or food to eat?
Pete kind of goes and starts grazing on grass.
All right. Give me a holler if something happens, okay? I'll be inside.
Mm. Munch, munch, munch.
While we're
Same,
sitting
same.
down, I was gonna ask how, since this is my first time really talking to all of you, I was gonna ask how all of you came together.
Homicidal.
this
dot-
part.
dot-
Major
homicidal
glares
countess.
at Thrognir.
What? It was true. It was a homicidal countess.
No, just I just we ended up getting arrested. And I think I've canonically sort of decided that was your fault.
Look, once again, it's not my fault that Freddy No Fingers decided to touch the magic thing he shouldn't have.
Oh, you do magic?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Did Freddy No Fingers have fingers before he touched the thing?
That's not important.
Oh, so maybe I don't want to touch your magic. Phrasing.
I wouldn't.
Sorry.
The waitress kind of makes her way over as you guys polish off this halibut plate. And she kind of puts down this tropical fruit in front of each of you. It's kind of like a tropical fruit bowl with some sort of glaze over top it. And she kind of, brings these off of a serving platter with one hand while looking at this piece of parchment and the other. And she says, I don't know how these people find this acceptable. 16 casks of ale? 50 fresh caught tuna? Christ me. I don't suppose that a lot of you would be willing to run an errand for me really quickly. I just need some empty casks picked up, and I need to hold the inn open.
I don't know. I think he sort of shrugs. He's like, sure. I mean, you did just give Spottus dinner, and I don't really have anything better going on.
Surely, and I'll of course reimburse and pay you for it. I just need someone to pick up a few empty casks from the market sometime tonight.
I was
No
gonna ask you about the
problem.
market anyways.
Sounds good. Yana, you want to carry them for us? All
yeah,
over?
I flex.
Service.
Cool.
She kind of rolls out what would now be the equivalent of kind of like a tour guide map, and on the map indicates, for some reason I can't click it. There we go. Indicates that down here is the location of the market in the southwest corner.
Who are we getting this cast from?
They're just generic. I just need a handful of
Oh, you seen
probably about
okay.
maybe a dozen or 2 dozen gallon-sized casks if you could bring them back.
She wants us to buy them. I misunderstood. I thought she was like had a supplier that she needed to pick it up from.
No. I just need them. I need to have them filled within 3 days for some meeting, pirate lord meeting. I don't know if I even have that much on hand. Damn. Well, we'll figure it out one step at a time.
All right.
All right.
And by no means, I don't mean to rush you. You're welcome to take your time. Just at some point, if you could pick them up for me, that'd be wonderful.
What time is it now?
About sunset.
And the market's open. That's a certain time. I don't know.
Oh yes, it stays open. Gosh, probably to about midnight most nights, weather permitting. If it starts to rain, people will pack up and take home their wares appropriately. But no, most of the time people are quite open. And as you're all doing this, you guys hear a thunk, thunk as these two over here begin throwing knives at a kind of dartboard over in the corner of the inn.
Interesting.
I'm good at that.
Oh, I'm great at that.
I'm pretty
I
bad
want
at
to try
that.
that.
I motion to the barkeep and just say, "Hey, if you see a cow, whoever's cow, wander in, could you escort it to my room while we're away?"
I don't know that I could get it up the stairs. I don't have much experience with animals. I can make sure that she doesn't run away.
Trust me, he has a feat. He can go upstairs.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. Just utter her in the right direction.
Utter her in the right direction.
Sorry.
Uh,
I'm dead.
okay. I'll see what I can do for you. And
Yeah,
she
good
kind
luck.
of hurriedly makes herself back, trying to look occupied behind the counter.
Well, what do you say, guys? Want to make some coin real quick?
Let's
Sounds
do
like an
it.
easy enough one. How many casts did she say?
Sure.
I wasn't listening.
A dozen
2
or
dozen.
2 dozen.
A dozen or 2 dozen.
Da, da, da.
Maybe we should get a cart or something.
Probably.
No,
cool.
Or
we'll
you
just-
could bring the cow.
Yeah, I could bring Pete. We could probably strap 4 casks to her. And she could see the city.
Okay, so let's count this out though. So we have 12 casks, 4 and a cow.
Well,
could
it's
probably carry
only
at
a
least-
gallon cask.
Oh,
Yeah, but
okay.
how are you gonna
That's
hold them?
true.
Rope and on the cow, you can put more than 4, I would think.
Probably.
Rope them all together.
It's a
just
gallon
roll
of
them down
milk,
the street.
basically, but it's empty.
Well, she can do 7 gallons of milk a day, so I think we can put at least that on top of her.
Friendly
I'm pretty-
reminder that cows produce an ungodly amount of milk.
Yep. There's a reason why that was a high quality item back, or a high demand item back in the day. Because people could make a lot. Okay, so I think we'll deal with the problem when we get there.
All right, I'll go get Pete.
Honestly, I think half empty casks, gallon-sized casks. I think each of us could probably just grab a half dozen and strap them to us.
Yeah.
It'd be
So
awkward,
as
but-
you go and try to get Pete's sitting here munching on this grass, and you kind of indicate for her to follow you, and Pete just flops down to the side, just nuzzling her head into this grass. Something that may have occurred to you she hasn't seen for a number of weeks.
That's very true. All right, you could stay here then.
You
I'll
have
see you.
one prone cow.
Good night. When you're ready, just wander in, if you would like. See you later.
You probably haven't seen Pete this happy ever, for the record. Maybe for just a short time, but this is the first time that Pete hasn't not only belonged to basically a farmer and been provided with free range grass in an open environment.
It warms my heart. 2 pats on the head for you, Pete.
Pete licks your hand.
Aw.
Hey, Abs. Does Yana not like me like Abby doesn't like me? Because I'm a halfling.
What? Oh, I didn't know you were halfling.
Yeah, I'm a halfling.
Anyways, I would like to talk to the barkeep.
Abby doesn't like halflings.
Oh.
Racist.
She's racist.
Yes.
How do you usually transport the barrels? Do you have like a cart or something we could borrow?
I can provide you a net to carry them in. If that'll work for you, you look more than capable.
No, that would be perfect. Thank
Sure. Here's a net, and she kind of pulls one up from. She walks around the corner and just pulls one out of a box and brings it in. Also, here's the key to the cellar. If you wouldn't mind just taking them straight down there, that'd be wonderful. I can do it if you don't feel like it, but if you could just take him out back and put him down in the cellar, that'd be great.
No, we can do that. No problem.
Oh, I appreciate it. Is there anything else?
Do you know any good tattoo parlors around here?
The lower district down by the docks. I'm sure you'll find one. It's not so much the quality of the establishment, but the style of artist, depending on what you're looking for.
I have a very simple design in mind, so anyone should do, I guess.
You'll find no problem locating someone that can provide you with a new tattoo, I suppose.
Thank you. And then I'll turn back to everyone else. Shall we be going?
Hi, Pete.
Okay, I yell for Treek.
No, you don't. I'm right here.
Shoot, you came out of nowhere.
I'm pretty sneaky.
Where are we going?
I
Market,
believe
I
we're going
guess,
to the
right?
market.
Market first?
Is that where the castles are?
Yes.
Yep.
Then yes.
Let's do it.
Also, are you getting a tattoo of a wooden duck?
This
No.
looks suspiciously like a market I've seen before.
It
Deja vu.
does.
Let's
It
look for
looks-
John.
It looks very much like I'm putting Pete in the top right corner for you, but I no, they're not mighty bananas. This is not Hyrule. Um, yes, this looks very similar to a market you've been for before. Suspiciously so due to the lack of market-related battle maps.
I'm still gonna
It
look for
occurs
John.
to
the
you
shady
that
merchant.
the market for market layouts may not be the greatest within Faerun. They all follow the same standard format.
Interesting.
Oh,
They
well.
had the same architect.
Yeah, it makes it easier for everyone to know where, like, where the soup merchant is, where the bathroom
Exactly.
are. It's easy.
Exactly.
It's like going into a Target. They're all laid out the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alright. Do I see anyone trading in gemstones around here?
No, you don't.
Dang it. I want to liquidate some stuff.
Ooh, a game.
Yes. The
Hey,
Hamma
Andy.
Slamma.
Yeah.
My stuff is in gemstones right now, right? Or do
The
I have
majority
gold?
of it.
Okay, good. Because if it wasn't, I would have traded him gold for gemstones.
As you kind of approach this counter, Yana, you notice that the person behind the counter is currently unconscious. A bottle of what appears to be some dark alcohol in one hand as he's slumped against these boxes back here. He's completely asleep.
I will take the water in my water pouch thing and just pour it onto his face.
You kind of splash some from across the desk, and he stirs a bit. What?
Oi!
Rain? Oh, hello? Oh, yes, welcome to the markets of Mintarn. Jesus, fuck my head. Game of strength. Do you want to play 2 gold? Number of prizes? Interesting things?
I want to turn and whisper to Thrognir. Do you have anything for Hanover?
Let's see. Do I have anything for a hangover?
I think lesser restoration would work.
I think that would work, but I'm seeing if I have anything that would be absolute overkill.
I'll put 2 gold down.
He reaches below the counter and withdraws what would to a normal sized person be a large wooden mallet. To you, it's almost like a plaything, and kind of guides you around towards underneath the tree where you see kind of a platform of which, as you hit it, springs up an object towards a bell at the top. He says, "Go ahead. If you make the bell ring, you get a prize. Otherwise, well, you get a prize either way, I suppose. Do your best. We'll measure it.
Okay, I would like to rage.
Okay.
Yes,
And
you
then
do.
what do I do? A strength?
Yeah, you can go ahead and just make a straight strength check.
With advantage, because I'm raging.
You slam the hammer down, and it almost reaches the top. Very close, but does not quite ring the bell. Like within inches. And he kind of watches this piece of metal reach up to the bell, and as it approaches the bell, he squints really hard, and then as he sees it fall, he just kind of breathes a sigh of relief and says, "Okay, variety of prizes for you, miss. Bottle of Mintarn rum, hand-woven blankets, commemorative tankards, flasks, tickets for a tour of the clock tower, and pina coladas. It's your choice. You did very well."
I want all of them.
Just keep playing the game until you have all of them. You're a strong lady.
Okay, I will take the clock tower tickets.
All right. It'll just be the one for you. One per winner. But if that's what you want.
Okay, then no, then I'll have the commemorative flask.
All right. Here you go. And he hands over a flask that's the metalwork of which has been engraved with a scene of a harbor and shore, that of which resembles that of Mintarn.
Hmm.
Anyone
Wait.
That
else?
looks awesome.
Oh, I did get
It, so for what you paid and played this game, the flask you received is actually pretty impressive. It is definitely well made, and the engraving is very nice. Anyone else? Step right up, please.
Yeah, let
Don't
me get a
hit the
shot.
bell.
I'm not the strongest guy, but my knife throwing skills are not very good, so might as well give this. I'll hand him
Alright.
over 2 gold.
Ranger.
Go ahead.
Just a strength check.
Yeah, Abby's was wrong for some reason. Hers actually should have. Okay,
That makes sense.
Abby, I don't know what you did, but you should have done a strength saving throw.
Oh.
So yours should have actually been. I know I said check. My bad. It should be saving throws. Treat
That would have
you.
been +3. Would I have hit the bell?
Yes. Rip. Treat. Treat, you bring the hammer and you, albeit miss the bottom of the platform, you barely glance it and it pops up just a bit to a level of which you can read marks that of the strength of a child. The man looks at you and says, "Thank God you're not as strong as she is. Hold on, I need to make your prize for a moment." And he pulls out the ingredients for what we would know to be a pina colada and mixes one up in a wooden tankard for you and hands it over.
You know what? I'm not
You're
upset
getting
at
a
all.
pina colada? I want to play now.
I think we're
Thank
all
you,
pretty
good
at
sir.
that point.
I'm gonna go get some veggies for this.
Anyone else?
I'm going
Veggies for a
next.
pina colada.
Don't judge me.
Those are no.
I'm going next. I've already paid my 2, and let's strength save, strength check. They're the same for me, so
The bell or the piece of metal flies about halfway up. He says, "Much better. Not close to the bell, not close to the bottom. Sparing my ears. Hand-woven blanket, tankard, flask, tickets of the tour for a tour of a clock tower or a pina colada, your choice."
what does that tankard look like?
It's similar to the flask. It's wooden instead. It's of good make, but not as
It's not
decorative per
sturdy.
se. No, it is
It's-
sturdy. It's
well,
definitely sturdy. It's well
It's not
made.
as sturdy as metal, is what I was getting at. It's
Correct.
It's wood, not. Mm, you know, let's get that blanket because it's cold at times.
It's definitely an island type of blanket, similar to
Oh.
the ones that you would get down in like Mexico. No, it's nice. It's good quality, but it's not like
It's not
like
a
a
warm,
solid
it's-
fleece blanket, but it's
Okay.
very
It's
comfortable.
more like a beach type deal.
In that case,
Throw it
then-
on
No,
sand.
do you guys know what I'm talking about with like the Mexican blankets?
Uh,
I'll
Yes.
I'll I'll send one to you guys, but you guys can.
in that case, let's get that. Let's get the clock tower tickets so that way I can learn the inner machinations of a clock and therefore maybe learn about time. And
Okay.
also get my phone off the table.
Sure. And he hands you over a ticket for a tour of the clock tower, and he says, "My daughter leads them up a few times a week. I think the next one is in 2 days' time.
Hmm.
You show up just before noon. She'll take you up."
All right.
Anyone else?
I'll try.
At your leisure, sir. Similarly flies up just short of where Throgden was, and he says, "All right, tour of the clock tower, or
Pina colada,
commemorative
please.
tankard or flask, or pina colada it is, freshly made.
Extra rum.
Something I can get behind."
Yeah.
And he pours some of the rum from his bottle in to supplement it,
There we go.
and he
like
slides
that.
it across the table to you. Anyone else?
I would like to do 3 more in succession, please.
Sure. I'll even give it to you at a discount. 5 gold. At your leisure, by all means.
Sweet. 1 second. I will rage once more.
The first one you bring slamming down, same height as before, just up beneath the bell. You bring it down another time without it completely resetting, and you still pop it up about halfway. The third time, out of frustration, you let it come all the way down, and then BAM! You bring it slamming down, and through the market, you hear this just ear-splitting ring of a bell, and this man hosting the game just covers his ears and kind of shrinks to the ground as his headache is just completely exacerbated.
I give like a victory cry. Ah!
He kind of sweeps his hand from beneath the table and just kind of gestures to anything on the table. And then you see him, as from laying on the ground, his hand still on his head, he reaches up and slides across the table to you a box about the size of about the size of a cigar, almost. It's like a single cigar box that he slides across the table to you.
Cool. So is that for the
Ooh.
20?
Yeah, here, I guess I can. Hold on. That's for the 25. There you go.
Okay, I will take that, and then I will take 2 tickets to the clock tower.
All right, please, no more. I can't.
And I'll say
And he
thank
starts-
you, and I'll run off.
He lays on his back, supporting this bottle of rum with nothing but his teeth as he just lets it drain down his throat.
Hair of the dog, my good man.
So, Nidra, you go around
Mm-hmm.
back
Sure do.
to this familiar looking cart, and you see a similarly familiar face, that of which you've labeled to be Shady John, someone who couldn't possibly be here in making the same time you did, yet he is.
So it is Shady. It's the same
Yes. Yes, it is.
guy. Oh.
He
Hey.
looks at you and he says, "Hello. I've been waiting for you all." I didn't think you'd be here so quickly.
Yeah. Sure. What brings you here?
Yourselves? We didn't strike too many deals last time.
I struck one.
I'm here to make more. Plus, I have more things for you.
I'm interested in hearing about the new stuff.
So, on this list, I'm gonna read them out as what you see. Some of them are the same, some of them are new. So, a glass orb filled with moving smoke, a 1-pound egg with a bright red shell, a metal urn containing the ashes of a hero, a hilt from a broken sword, an ornate scabbard that fits no blade you've seen, a bottle of oscillating air that has these kind of wisps within it, a flower which looks particularly wilted, a tarnished ring, and an old, rusty flintlock pistol.
Can I examine the ring at all?
You can see it. You can't hold it.
Do I notice anything significant about it?
What are you trying to interpret?
I don't know if it has any sort of markings, if it's magical in any way.
Give me an investigation check. Investigation or Arcana. You do see that it has... Give me an Arcana check too, actually.
Oh, well.
You can see that it has what looks to be engravings upon it. You can only see the upper half of the ring from the pocket which it's in his cloak. But you can't make out what the engravings are.
Let me guess, all 500 gold pieces?
Oh no. Some less expensive, some more. The ring, you ask?
Mm-hmm.
750.
Alright, well, I'm a little bit tight right now, but I might
Well,
be back later.
if that's what you wish. You never have to make a down payment, though.
Oh, I know. I just heard wander off.
Bosky, you wander around and says, I haven't seen you before. Yet I did know
Hi.
you were coming. What of interest to you?
That pistol.
Aye. 500
have a-
gold.
Does it have a story?
Everything of mine has a story.
I
Some
wanna
of which
hear
are for you to discover.
So you don't have any thought, or you didn't. Where did you find this pistol?
Here, Mintarn, deep within the jungles. That upon a corpse long rotted away. The remnants of nothing but that of a sailor, and that of a hat of a pirate. Nothing you might be surprised by.
Maybe, yeah.
Does the pistol have any interesting markings on it that I could tell?
Give me an investigation check.
All right.
It doesn't have any markings on it. What you see, plain and simple, is just this rusty flintlock pistol. Something about it indicates that it's aged well. With your expertise in gunpowder-related munitions, you
Yeah.
do see that it is still functional. Maybe needs a good cleaning,
Okay.
but by no means is disabled.
500 is a little expensive. Could you do 450 or 400?
We can do 500, and you can pay me when we next meet.
Okay. You're not even gonna let me play with the persuasion check, Andy?
He eagerly hands you the pistol.
Not the
And-
way I meant to say it like that. Yeah.
Are you purchasing it?
Well, I wanted to roll a persuasion check to see if I could
no.
bring the price down.
No, most definitely
First.
not. He
Mm,
reaches the pistol out with its
Yeah.
grip, in front of your hand. As you take hold of this pistol, you feel a burning sensation in your hand, and as you look down in your hand, you see an engraving, almost a burn in your hand, which is the same symbol that is adorned upon his cloak.
Okay.
I look forward to my payment. I hope you enjoy it. You there,
I got a
barbarian?
gun.
I saw you around the corner. Come here. I have something for you.
This dude
What
was
is it?
weird before. He's straight up creepy now.
He holds out his hand, and in the palm of his hand is an inch wide or an inch long wooden duck. And he just puts out his hand to you and begins to tip it down towards your palm.
What's the cost?
Nothing. You requested it specifically. I found one. It's too small to charge for. Figured you might enjoy it.
Well, thank you. That sword hilt you have, what does it go for?
The scabbard? 500 gold.
No, the sword hilt.
The hilt, similarly 500 gold.
What does it do?
Stories for you to discover. It's a mystery. Some mysteries are better, perhaps, rewritten. And you can tell that it's, by size, the hilt of a long sword.
Okay, I'll think about it. Thank you for the deck, though.
I look forward to your continued patronage. And as he says this, he kind of slinks back against the crates behind his cart and just disappears into the shadows.
So is this thing
Okay,
functional
bye.
after I clean it, Andy?
You'll have to find out.
So if I put gunpowder and that stuff in, I'm asking, could I shoot it right now?
You believe that it would take a bit of work to get it
Okay.
to firing. Maybe just a cleaning here and there, working away at it.
Okay. Do you want me to let you know whenever I do that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to go talk to this banana man. Hello, banana man.
You
Yes.
come face to face with something that looks to be a mix between a tabaxi and a bugbear, surrounded by just this large pile of bananas. It is kind of like a mix between a bear, a cat, and a monkey. And he looks at you and says, "Hello. Oh, I'm guessing you're interested in bananas."
No, actually. Yes, of course. Where did you find all these bananas?
Locally ascertained in the forests.
Do you
Completely
go out
fresh
there daily?
picks today.
Hmm.
Aye. They're best picked in the morning, just as the first sun comes over the trees. If you pick them any later, all the moisture goes back, from the evening goes back into the tree. But if you pick them just in the beginning of the morning, they have the most moisture and the most sugar left over. The sweetest bananas you'll find.
Hmm. Do you think cows like bananas?
He blinks at you innocently and says, "I couldn't begin to tell you."
And then lastly, if I had to go into the jungle for some sort of quest, would you be interested in accompanying us and perhaps being a guide?
If your quest was to obtain bananas, I may be of significant value. Otherwise, I'm not sure what I could lead you through the forest, but it would have to be in the morning. You could come with me, I suppose, but I think that you'd be better off looking for something along the lines of a mercenary.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I do appreciate the offer, though.
Of course. Enjoy your merching.
and he tosses you a single banana, not a bushel, but just a single banana, and he says, "Enjoy your evening."
Thank you. Now I have a banana and a pina colada. This is a good night.
So, from what you guys have been able to ascertain, especially once again compared to Luskin, the city is very friendly. It's a lot quieter than Luskin and a lot more easygoing.
The pirate stronghold is easygoing and friendly.
Amongst good company.
Hi, are you discriminating on pirates?
Yes.
I've only been one for like 6 months, so we're kind of dicks sometimes, but we're easygoing most of the time.
It's a business choice.
I do want to talk to the fish and meats guy.
Sure. So he sees you approach. He says, "I can tell you've got some experience behind you. You fish often."
Yes, freshwater mostly though. I'm a little bit out of my element here.
"I can smell it upon your clothes. So, what can I do for you?"
Like
You're
some-
not stealing from party members.
No, I'm just playing with buttons. I accidentally meant to hit stealth, not sleight of
Sorry.
hand.
Go ahead, Richard.
just looking for something that's gonna stay for a little bit, whether it be cured fish or meats. Something that I can hang on to for a couple weeks without worrying about it going bad.
I do have tuna jerky.
Really?
We'll keep you over a week. Aye. Smoked. Basted in a sweet sauce. Smoked again.
I'll take some.
He gestures over to a variety of large bags, probably about the size, like half the size, half a gallon bags. And he says, "Just 1 gold. Easy enough to process."
1 gold for a whole bag?
Aye.
How big are these?
About like, if you think of like a gallon of milk, half that size. Just in kind of a thin cloth bag.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll buy a bag.
You flip him the coin and he catches it, says, "Much appreciated, lass."
Alright, tuna jerky. That's just a half gallon of tuna jerky away.
I don't know. It can just be like a bag of jerky.
It's like
1
probably
pound.
3.
3 pounds? Okay.
Yeah,
I believe that.
because a gallon of milk is 8.
Christian knows his jerky.
Yeah.
Alright.
I did get a whole bunch of tuna jerky from Hawaii.
It's good.
I haven't
Andy
tried it yet.
fed me tuna jerky and told me it was a cat. I cried.
Squid
Wait,
jerky
what?
is-
What?
I gave Abby tuna jerky once in high school and told her it was cat jerky when she was eating it, and she started
That's
crying.
so
and laughed.
mean.
It was
Wow.
awesome.
You guys have a good relationship.
Yes, we do.
It's fine.
Squid jerky is good.
I thank him.
Ooh.
I've never
Me-
had squid.
Nidra, as you wrap up this exchange, this woman over here is pleading with the guard. She says, "Please, I need somebody to come clear it out. I don't know what it is." And he kind of shrugs her off and says, "Piss off, lady. I have bigger things to worry about," as he looks lazily upon the small audience in the market.
I kind of like walk by slowly, like I'm eavesdropping. I'm trying to get a feel of what it is that she's having trouble with, without actually
Says-
engaging her.
You hear, "Please, I trapped it in my basement. I just need you to clear it out. Is that not your job as a city guard? I just need somebody to take care of it. I can't even go into my own house."
I think I sort of sigh and I'm like, I put on a smile and say, "Is there a problem, miss?"
Only problem is having some sort of demon in your house. You think you'd pay a few thousand gold for the nicer district of Mintarn and they won't even come help you clear something out of your basement?
What kind of demon do you have?
I don't know what to tell you. I've seen it twice now. And it's got this light blue, sickly skin. And it's just, I don't actually know it to be a demon, but I don't know what else to call it.
How big is it?
About the size of you.
Oh.
It's not big.
Hmm.
This woman is dressed quite ornately. Does not look like the combat type.
My associates and I have been known to take care of such problems. We might be able to help you out.
1,000 gold. Done. If you're willing, 1,000 gold to the lot of you.
Okay, I will bring that to their attention. Where do you live?
Done.
In the upper
Oh.
district, just north of here, by maybe 8-10 buildings. I'll tell you what. I'll leave a sign out front of my front door. I'll let you know where it is. Just walk through the upper district, you'll find it.
Okay. What should we? Are you going to be home if we stop by later?
Okay, I've marked it for you. Do you guys see that up there?
Mhm.
Okay. Says I'll wait out front. I don't feel like going inside by myself much. I don't want it to tear me to bits, whatever it is.
We are.
But sure.
We are already here on business. We might not be able to get to it until tomorrow.
I mean,
To the inn it is. I understand.
But if you need a place to stay, we have an extra bed in the inn.
I
think I'm like I'm
appreciate it.
like behind her, going like, no, don't say that.
Yeah.
I can secure my own lodging, but I appreciate the offer.
Well, about what time is it in the day? Because we got to the inn at dusk, and now it's probably like what?
Oh, it's well past sundown.
Mm-hmm.
And you see her kind of making her way off to the east.
We should probably get our cast to get him back to the.
Yeah, we should do that.
Is there anyone selling casks?
Yeah, you can go ahead and since you're going to be reimbursed for it, we can just say that you pick them up. We don't have to worry about gold or anything.
Sounds good.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna go buy some veggies.
Look at you, healthy boy.
Abs, did you want to look at the weapons?
Yeah, I want to look at the weapons. Veggies first, though.
What are you looking to buy, Treek, while I look up prices of vegetables for 5th edition D&D?
Well, I was hoping that the merchant here would show me his wares and I would just select, but perhaps lettuce would be in order if they have heads of that.
Yeah, there's
Lettuce,
lettuce, cabbage, carrots.
If you put lettuce in the pina colada, I might not share a room. That
Oh.
sounds disgusting.
I was actually thinking of just carrying it back for Pete, possibly in one of the casks.
I thought you were going to put it in your pina colada.
You could get a wide variety of vegetables for a gold. Basically a good armful. They're not expensive.
Okay, cool. I'd like to buy an armful of vegetables, please.
I
One arm.
would say that about per day that you would feed Pete would cost about like 2 gold of vegetables.
Dang.
Okay. How long do you think they'd keep? A couple days?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, maybe I'll buy like 4 gold worth of Pete veg.
Okay, and you can just kind of put them away into a sack. We'll say that you can. I'm sure you could ascertain. Or
I was
obtain
gonna put them in one of the casks that we're gonna drag back.
You could do that too.
Okie doke.
But you have Pete vegetables.
Yay!
Just better hope you don't accidentally leave a carrot in the cask and a pirate accidentally gets some carrot juice instead of grog.
Yana, you approach this stall, boasting a variety of weapons, and this short woman kind of just shoulders above the height of the counter, dwarvish in nature, looks and says, "What can I do for you?" You look like you know your way around steel.
Yeah, I was wondering if you had any great swords.
I, perhaps a little small for you, but great swords nonetheless.
Do you have any special ones?
Uh, what do you mean?
Silvered, sparkly, magical, large.
I could silver one for you. That's no problem at all. Making one larger would take me a few days. But I could of course silver one for you, no problem. As for magical, that's not something that we often trade in. Uh, especially with the guards around, as you might imagine.
Oh, sorry. Do you know anyone who does?
No. In fact, I'm one of the only people I know that really crafts weaponry.
Okay, never mind then. How much for a silvered large greatsword?
It would take me a few days to make. Let's see. The great sword itself, 50 gold, and the silvering on it, another 100, perhaps.
Let me think about it. Thank you.
No problem. I'm here most nights, unless it's raining.
Okay.
Is this something that I should be starting for you, by the way? Do you want me to begin work on a great sword?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for stopping by.
No problem. And then, can I also get a half-gallon of tuna jerky and a bag of carrots?
Sure. It's an odd shopping list, but sure.
Yeah. It took me a minute to understand what you're asking about for having a half gallon of food. I was like, I think that's usually in pounds, but I didn't realize.
Yeah, I'll also grab some jerky on the way out. Just more for.
What was I gonna say? Yeah. So, like, out of character. Like, have we got an impression of what the attitudes on magic are here? Like, I'm sure
Strict.
strict, more like stricter than Mintarn was, or excuse me,
Then Luskin,
Luskin,
yes. Luskin was far more crowded, hard to detain people for it. Here it's quiet enough, and by Yana's encounter, if she was to share that info with you, you could ascertain that magic is not appreciated here.
I
Right.
will share such things. Oh, and Nidra, I got you this, and I'll give her the clock tower ticket. The
Oh.
extra one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I thought it'd be something you like.
Yeah, I was actually considering going over there to see if I can win one for myself.
Sounds like we've got a clock tower field trip.
Okay. Anything else you guys are looking to do here?
This isn't
Um,
our only
also-
chance here, right?
No, unlike Luskin, this market's open every night.
Good to know.
Cool. Let's get these casts back, and Thrognir and I actually might have come across a somewhat lucrative opportunity for us. To the tune of 200 gold apiece
Oh.
for just a little home extermination.
So are you taking him downstairs into the basement of the Manticore's tail?
Yes.
So, I didn't give you guys tokens here. Whoops. Stand by. Stand by. Pete's coming with you.
Dang.
Oh,
Fixed.
Secret room, secret room.
Shh. No one saw
spoilers!
Anyways, it's not really a secret. Yes, there's another room.
Yeah, I mean, it's
you
just
guys
not-
bring it
Door
down
leading
here,
to
and
it.
there's just piles and piles of casks already. You can find a spot to kind of lay them down. Throgner, you notice that there's sets of brewing equipment down here, and to that tune, fairly impressive brewing equipment. Something that, if you are still in practice, might be enjoyable to work with.
Well, worst case, I can make some additional dosh here. Making a fancy brew out of cabbage and carrots stuff because I don't know what they have on hand. All I know is we got carrots.
Oh, you see all sorts of sugars and malts and barleys and wheats and all sorts of stuff. The only thing that you don't have for the process down here is water, amusingly.
Oh,
But
well,
all of the boiling equipment's here. There's yeast, there's grain, everything.
well, it's a good thing I can make water.
Skill of a true brewer.
And then I can turn that water into wine. This isn't helping his god complex. Okay. Where did... I swear I just saw Pete just fly off.
Oh, I moved him outside.
Oh, okay.
Pete's been deleted from existence.
Well... There. We have put down the casks with the barrels.
Yeah. I don't have
Quest
anything to add.
complete.
Yeah, cool.
I'm just waiting for you guys to determine what you want to do next.
I have nothing interesting to do in this basement, so
I agree.
Yeah, nothing really.
There's nothing interesting.
There's no hidden rooms anywhere.
If we didn't see it, I would check for hidden rooms, but I feel it'd be too obvious.
Let's go.
Where are you guys going?
Out here?
upstairs. I don't know.
We can get paid.
I think I order a round of drinks for everyone, and sort of sit down to sort of tell them about what our noblewoman relayed to me.
What is Nidra order for a round?
House ale, probably.
Okay, we'll round it out to 2 gold.
Okay.
We'll just go for that.
Yeah.
5 silver per person seems something accurate. I don't know. Okay, so you gather once again around this table.
Except for Treek.
As you guys walk in, you guys see Pete sitting at a table with these folks over here who are currently chatting over drinks.
Define sitting at a table.
Sorry, Pete is sitting on her rear, almost like a dog would sit upon the floor.
Okay.
Like
not
just
on a chair.
head kind of flopped on top of the table.
Okay.
Are they
So
playing
cute.
cards?
No, they're just kind of chatting.
Oh.
You see this gentleman on the right kind of roll an apple over towards Pete, who turns her head to the side and just kind of chomps down on the apple before putting her head back down on the table.
This seems normal.
This is fine. Well,
I think I sort of like point, like, treat. Is that a fine thing? Like,
She seems happy to me. I think I'll let it happen for now.
I look at the bartender, like, look at the cow, look at the bartender, look at the cow.
She kind of looks at you, shrugs, and goes back to organizing bottles.
that's not the weirdest thing.
And
that's
if she's
happened
fine with it, I shrug. I'm like, okay, so here's the deal. And I relay everything. Person whose name I didn't bother asking told me.
So you reiterate to the party of how you've encountered a contract to clean out some described demon from a woman's basement in the upper class neighborhood of Mintarn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she reported it as having bluish skin, um, roughly, humanoid in size and shape. Anyone have any ideas what we're dealing with here?
Maybe another ghost or ghoul?
Maybe a goblinoid.
Would we have any idea about what he's describing?
Probably not. You got a very vague description. There wasn't a lot of back and forth on questions, so probably not.
Okay. While we're all sitting here, I'll tell everyone, since they've been so nice and let me join their group, about my backstory, how I became to be a pirate.
Well, go ahead and
since I
tell
thought
them.
them. Hold on. I can't remember. Oh, Waterdeep. I was a jeweler apprentice in Waterdeep, and then I got in with the wrong type of people because I have a gambling problem. And they had me steal some jewels from my what's the right word for master? Master and apprentice, is that the right word?
I
Sure.
think so.
That works.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got caught. It didn't end up well, and he called the Crown's Guard on me. And instead of paying for my problems, I escaped onto the ship and paid my way that way. And I've been a pirate for about 6 to 8 months now.
So are you on the lookout for anyone coming to find you?
And we're south. The only problems I really have is in Waterdeep. Oh yeah. And my name is Philippe. Bosco's just my pirate name. I don't want any campaign 1 problems. Andy told me not
I
to have
wouldn't
that
call that a
problem.
problem.
I'm not having us mispronounce names going back from Lucina and Evelyn to Bosco to Philippe. We're picking a name, and his name is Bosco. He said that he's like, no. He said that he's like, well, I want to have this other name. I'm like, that's fine, but you have to determine one because I keep saying Evelyn instead of like I keep getting the name wrong. So you have to pick one because I don't want to have to be bouncing between names again. And we had a strict rule saying this all had to be established within the first 2 episodes, so I wasn't screwing up names. We
Fair
said
enough.
this
Yeah.
has to happen quickly, so
We
I'm
had
not
this
bouncing back
quickly.
between names.
Yeah, I had to go, what,
Plus,
20, 30 hours before we switched?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't want to. So he's going with Bosco.
yeah,
You got it, Phil.
You got
you
it,
got
John.
it, Phil.
Don't worry about
I
it,
will
John.
start renaming your guys' characters if you try to fuck with me in this name. I will rename you to, I don't know, something dumb. Anyways, so it's getting close to midnight. What do you guys do?
Well, we could go collect some money from the barkeep.
You already picked everything up. No cost, no reward. You just did her a favor.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Turn in for the night. That's what I would do.
Time to go to sleep.
Yeah, seems like a good enough idea.
I'll leave 2
Before I
silver
go to
on the
sleep,
table.
Andy, I do want to spend a little bit of time cleaning that gun.
Okay, you spend a little bit of time cleaning it before you go to bed, and as you start basically cleaning away at the rust and just trying to get it back to a well-functionable state, it's taking more work than you would have expected. Like, you've cleaned guns like this before, like just kind of antique guns or neglected guns, but this is taking a little more work than you might have expected. But you're making progress on it.
Alright, and do I know... I know Thrognir has magic, but do I know if anyone else has magic in this? In this party?
You most certainly do not know that Nader knows magic.
Okay. I'm just trying to know what I know and not know what I don't.
So
Thanks.
the lot of you turn in for the night, and it's pretty quiet. You're off the main square, so there's a little bit of noise as traffic goes through during the middle of the night, but it's fairly calm. I need everyone to go ahead and make me a perception check.
Oh, good. That thing that I'm real good at. Oh,
Uh,
hey.
Dead asleep.
So during the early hours of the morning, just before the sun comes up, Treek, you feel similar to before. The inn get very cold, and Nidra, you hear the similar sound of boot steps walking through the halls. Just the sound of metal on metal is what you would anticipate to be spurs clangs through the hallway, and you hear it stop right outside your door. It just everything becomes frigid, and you notice that both Yana and Thrognir are still asleep through this, but these heavy metal boots just stop right outside your door.
I think I get up out of bed. I sort of like I run as fast as I can. Like I sort of tiptoe run. Like I'm trying to be quiet as I do. Like I sort of like I pick up my bag like off the bottom of the bed. And I sort of throw it. Uh, I throw it on Yana's bed, and similarly I grab whatever I can, just like toss on at the foot of like Dragnir's bed, just like sort of like get them up as I move towards the door.
You start approaching the door and you're just trembling with this cold. It's not shivering, it's like your whole body is shaking from just this absolute sheer frigid air leaking beneath this door. What do you do? Yana, you sleep right through this. You're more than accustomed to this level of cold.
Even though I threw something on her bed.
Oh, I thought you woke up Thrognir. Sorry. Yeah, no, okay, that'll wake her up. The cold doesn't bother you in the slightest, though. This almost reminds you of home, like north of the spine of the world, home cold,
um
like
What's
New
going on?
York in February cold.
But I
okay.
think being stirred in the middle of the night, I like jolt right up and like grab my weapon and stand at the ready, looking at Nidra.
I sort of I sort of like prep a firebolt in my hand, like I like hit that little like ball of fire in my hand as I reach for the doorknob.
You do this, and you notice that the heat from this firebolt you're preparing, you don't even feel it. It's so cold.
Hmm.
Like you can see the flame, but you don't feel any heat from it.
Okay, well, yeah, I think I sort of like I have it in my right hand. I have it sort of behind my back as I grab the door handle with my left.
It's a familiar cold. Probably just another lad who died off fighting griffins.
Yeah, it's probably fine. No problem.
Yeah.
I grab and pull.
You open the door and there's nothing there. And you feel this warm flow of air enter your room from the hallway outside.
I don't know. I peek outside the door. I don't know. I sort of crush the firebolt in my hand. And
There's nothing. Completely quiet, completely dark.
I think should, I think I just examine the floor for any signs that there is anything. Period. At any point.
Nothing.
Like I don't know. I think I just sort of slammed the door in frustration. Stomp back off towards my bed.
Did it follow us here?
I don't know.
I mean, if
Dang,
you
I thought we
did,
left that thing behind.
Thought I did.
yeah, you should have gone on to the great beyond and done a little jig up, proving that the griffins are dead now or something. I don't know what he wanted to do once he killed them.
I don't know. I sort of just like I think I sort of sit on the bed, just sort of curl up into a ball, and I'm just frustrated and angry that this thing keeps bothering us, and we can't even get a look at it.
You find yourself to the next morning. Day 2 of Mintarn. Welcome to paradise. What do? Tell me about your day.
Well, first I remark on how cold it was with those windows open, you know?
The cold, I didn't notice.
No, you didn't.
Our room didn't even have windows, and yet they were open.
Weird.
Well,
Do you guys want to go looking for stuff, or do you want to go hunt this blue thing?
why don't we go kill the blue thing, which is totally not Ratsael?
We could kill the blue thing and then go to see that tower. I know some of us have tickets.
That's in a day. I was told 2 days from now is the next
Yep,
one.
one more day now.
Got it.
Well,
I should give you guys tokens on the map.
demon house thing. I say we go to the demon house thing.
I'll wait for a party consensus.
I'm good with that.
Down.
I agree.
Let's go.
Let's exercise
So-
the demon.
As the lot of you kind of get your gear ready, reapply your armor, and make your way downstairs, you see the same woman downstairs in the Manticore's tail, and she looks at the lot of you and says, "Oh, okay. Are you ready to go? I'm ready to get back into my own house. Not that this establishment isn't wonderful." And she drops a bag of what you presume to be gold on the countertop in front of the innkeep.
Yes, we were just about to head over there to take a look at the situation there.
So she leads you through town, past the marketplace, and up towards your house. And as she does, she says, "So, it's some type of blue. It almost looks like a human. I'll just lead you around back to my basement. More of a cellar, rather. Anyways, is there anything I can answer for the lot of you? You seem capable, but I don't want to lead you into it with nothing."
Any more description than blue and human-ish?
Well, what do you want to know?
What did
Can
it,
it go through walls?
Did it-
How
It
tall
just
is it?
showed up at one point.
did it do
Taller than
anything?
you, shorter than her, and she points at Yana. About my size.
2 arms, 2 legs,
Aye.
weapons.
2 arms, 2 legs.
When did it show up exactly? How many days ago?
3 nights ago, rather. And I haven't seen it with any weapons. It's got claws.
Does it make any noises?
It shrieks. It shrieks fairly loudly. I've startled it once by accident. I went to go put a lock on the cellar door, and it had just peeked itself right outside as I turned around the corner of my house, and I think I scared it as much as it scared me.
What has it done besides shrieks and just been in your basement?
That's it, to my knowledge. I don't want anything with that amount of claws in my house, though.
Okay, we understand. Just trying to gather as much information as we can for you. I did catch your name. What was your name?
Delilah. Delilah Harrowhearth.
Harold Hearth?
Aye.
Okay.
Delilah Arrow.
I
Harold Hearth.
I give her a small bow and I say, Nadra.
It's a pleasure, Nidra. So I'll lead you around to the cellar, and she starts taking you around back. She says, there will be a short stairway down, followed by a stout wooden door. Unless you need me in there, I'd rather not enter myself. But if you could just take care of this thing, I'd be appreciative.
Do you have a key to the door, or is it unlocked?
No, I have a key.
Can we have it?
I suppose. I'll need it back, but sure. And she hands you a key.
Okay.
Any more questions you guys have?
How does a lovely lady like you own a house in the Upper East Side of
She's the Lyle
West?
Arrowheart, heiress to the Arrowheart fortune.
You might be amazed at how some people in Mintarn come into their fortunes, especially once their husbands pass away. Turns out that ships sell for quite a bit to the right buyer.
Fair enough.
So she leads you down through this kind of cellar door, down a set of stairs, and you come to a stout wooden door. I'm going to need an order of who's entering. You guys can fit 2 people in at a time. I just need to know who's going in next to who, essentially.
I will lead.
I'll go first. Okay, Abby leads.
Okay, so Yana and Bosco in front. Who's in the
I'll
second
take
row?
second.
Okay, who's with Rognir?
I'm in the back, I guess.
I'll go with Rognir.
Okay, and then Pete and Nidra in the back.
Yep. Have Nidra and then our strongest fighter next to her.
The cow can
Yeah.
face tank anything for me.
Okay,
No,
so
it won't.
Won't need
you guys come to what is this dark basement, and what you can see is basically an upper balcony with an opening below.
Okay. So we can sort of like, this is a balcony here, up here, you said?
Yeah, there's a floor beneath you.
I sort of move over towards the balcony and peek down.
As you do that, you hear the door close behind you, and Thrognir, you notice that despite what she said, the woman has followed you in. Nidra, what you see below is a similar-looking woman, unconscious, and piles of skeletons.
Ah,
It's a trap.
Run,
I'm
danger.
actually not surprised in the slightest.
Player
She
Richard
kind of-
thought that this might have been a doppelganger.
I thought
Dangerous.
this-
She
starting to catch
kind of
up.
approaches the balcony and she looks and she says, "That's it. Please deal with it."
Of course. We have to make sure it's contained here. Would anyone like to guard the door?
Sure. I'll guard the door.
We're gonna get some initiative rolling right now.
It is weird not being the speedster of the group.
How dare you guys know my creature?
I'm sorry.
I
I've been at
mean,
this for a bit.
Is that everyone?
I was thinking either doppelganger or a vampire. The
Okay,
ones we saw this
so
week.
you are not in combat yet. I want to make that clear. But we're going to have action by action of what you guys do.
Okay.
Treek, what are you doing?
I think I will just draw my bow and just ready in case one of my allies gets attacked while up on this upper balcony, and I'll just kind of guard.
Okay. Nidra.
Because I'm also a little bit suspicious of the lady who is requested. So, I'm just gonna, in general, if anyone gets attacked, I'll shoot the.
Alright, I start. Okay, we're gonna start moving. I'm gonna start moving down there to take a look. And as I do this, I sort of turn towards Shriek, and I just mouth watch her at him. As I step away from her.
She kind of maneuvers around. Okay. Is there anything else you do with your turn, by the way?
No, I'm literally actually I'm motioning towards these stairs, but really I'm trying to create distance between me and her.
She doesn't quite seem to get it. She kind of follows you slowly and kind of now stands next to Bosco and is looking over, and she says, I thought that a lot of you could handle it. Do something.
We're handling it.
Bosco.
Literally been 6 seconds.
She looks obviously distressed by this thing's presence, especially considering that it looks like her.
It's knocked out? Is there any blood around it?
It does appear to have the floor does have stains of blood on it, both around her and the other bodies.
Can I make an investigation check to see, like, can I make an investigation check to see if it's her blood? Or do I have to get closer down there to it?
You may certainly try.
Okay. Do I have to get down there first? Or just
your choice.
Alright. I'll just check from here.
You're not quite able to tell what blood belongs to who and how aged each pool is from this distance. Yana. Or did you want to move?
No, I'll stay right here.
Okay. Yana.
Next.
I will ask the lady who hired us to please put her hair up into a ponytail or something distinguishable.
It's it's in a braid, but so is the one below.
Okay, I'll ask her to undo the braid.
Okay, she undoes the braid. She's working at it. Anything else?
Then I'll just move forward.
Thargnir.
Alright. 5. I'm also doing... Oh, actually, do I have anything that would even remotely help in this? Given Thrognir's obsession with magic and just being better at it, do you think he would have had at any point read about what's going on here, doppelganger or taking on the form of someone else?
You've probably heard tales within the minds of them, but nothing that I would say would be like very educational.
Okay, so
is there any point of information you're trying to question you knowing?
If the ability to take on another person's form would be a sort of magic, or if that would be an innate ability.
It's an innate ability.
Okay, so he would know that. That's what I was trying to discern. In that case, that's a lot of bodies down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Let's take a look and see how old those can we see from here? Because I don't have enough room to jump down or anything, but
You may certainly try with an investigation.
Let's see how old these are. Their bodies, Chief.
Pretty much. You can't tell how old they are. There are some that you can tell to be newer than others, maybe within 2 weeks. Some of them are obviously aged. But that's all you're gonna get. Are you moving at all?
I already moved and I can't do... If investigation was an action, then I can't.
Treek, give me a perception check.
Sure thing.
I just want to know how well you could understand what Nidra was indicating to you. Okay, that's fine. You guys have been traveling together for a while, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Your actions.
I think... Man, I don't. I think I'll cast Hunter's Mark on the. Wait, can I see the one that's below, or I'm too far
No,
away from
not
the
from your
balcony?
position. Yeah.
Okay. I think I won't cast Hunter's Mark then because, I mean, I think for my action I'll shout at the who we believe to be like the nice lady. How long? Oh, she said 3 days. Never mind. I think I will pass my turn. How about that? And just keep that action.
Okay. Are you delaying your turn or preparing an action?
I suppose I'll just keep my action prepared.
Okay.
This turn order. Yeah.
Nidra.
Okay. So just to sort of explain where Nature's head is at, is if this thing's been... That's too many bodies for 3 days, regardless of how long. Like, it's... Something's up with what the person standing next to us has told us. My suspicions are more on her right now than on the thing on the floor. So again, I'm gonna try to sort of create distance, and I'm studying her. I'm trying to get a read on whether her terror is genuine or whether this is all a ploy.
Okay, give me an insight check. She does seem distressed.
Okay, I sort of just keep moving at my speed just to sort of create room and get myself closer towards the stairs there.
Okay. As you're doing this kind of walking around the edge of the balcony, you see this figure below you wake up. And as she does, she just kind of shrieks in fear as she sees herself surrounded by these bodies and begins to kind of like scooch along the wall and comes and just kind of cowers in this corner. As this happens, this woman, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is kind of like following you, and she picks up a just kind of chunked off, splintered off piece of wood and just throws it at the woman below. Just kind of in spite, like she's just terrified of it. And then as she does, she kind of like moves back a little bit as she sees it wake up and move towards the corner. Bosco.
How far down is this?
Probably about 10 or 12 feet.
Okay. I wanna... If I jump down, I can't see this person, right?
Correct.
Alright. I'll just keep following, taking my movement. 5, 10, 15, 25. Just following right there.
Yana. This woman's braid is now gone, by the way. Her hair is down.
Okay, I would like to move forward and grapple the woman that we are with.
The woman that what?
That
The one where
that
we
we
were
know.
with.
You grab a hold of her and she looks around at you betrayed and she's like, What are you doing? What the hell are you thinking?
Just be patient, we're trying to figure this out. I'm holding you safe.
Thrognir.
Right. Is there anything this...
Zone of truth.
That's
I
what I
don't-
was gonna say.
I don't have that thing.
Damn it, Merle.
I could, use daylight and hope that they're just like actually vampires.
They're not.
I know, it says
I'm not
doppelganger.
vampire.
One of them is a doppelganger, but which?
Prick both their fingers. Whichever color blood is not red might be a doppelganger.
Yes, one of them is indeed a horseshoe crab.
Wait. Let me. This is. All right. Let's do the. What's the range on this? 10 feet. Okay, not far, but how far of a drop is this?
About 15 feet.
15 feet. If I were able to carefully descend, would I negate the falling penalty for damage or just?
No, there'd be no way to safely like jump off this balcony. You'd be falling 15 feet. Shy of having like a grappling hook and rope or something that you could attach, but that would also be like an action to set it up. There's no way to like in a single action maneuver your way down.
All right. Well, then we're gonna do 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 45, and I'm just gonna share space, like pseudo share space. 50. Trying to get down there, but I'm a slow, waddly guy.
Treek, you see the woman who contracted you just crying in distress as Yana holds her arms behind her back as the party approaches the stairs on the northwestern corner of this room.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for a better position, so I'm gonna walk toward the rail. And I'm gonna kind of just split my vision, kind of just between both, looking back and forth at each of them. And I'm gonna tell Pete to go and join Nidra.
Okay, go ahead and control Pete. Anything else you're doing? Holding your action still, I'm guessing?
Yes, yeah. Again, looking for someone to attack.
Pete,
Or
can
if,
you
or
get-
if something
Thanks to Bosco.
weird happens at the bottom, I guess. But
Okay.
oh yeah, movement speed and all that.
Okay.
Well, can Pete sprint?
Pete could sprint, actually. Do you want Pete to sprint?
No, it's fine.
I get to the stairs. I start descending the stairs. I'm looking at the woman hiding in the corner, and I'm like, "Hi, hello."
She looks at you and she says, please don't come any closer. Save me, please. Don't let that thing near me.
We're working on it. We actually have the situation under control. I'm gonna keep coming. I need to talk to you for a bit.
She kind of like shrinks into the corner a little more. Do you have anything else you're doing?
No. I guess the entire time I'm trying to assess her to see if she's genuinely scared or if she's looking for an opening or.
Go ahead and give me an insight check. She does seem concerned for her current state of affairs.
Okay.
As you kind of coax her being calm and she sees the woman upstairs, currently restrained by Yana, she moves towards you in like a dead out sprint. And this is where we're actually going to enter.
I'd like to shoot.
Well, shit.
Huh.
Yeah.
It was literally the obvious thing.
That's a great way to restart our sessions. Okay, attack number 1, attack number 2, and hold on.
15.
Surprise a creature. Target takes an additional 3d6 damage from the attack. That's gonna hurt.
Probably just gonna knock me out.
How much health do you have?
That might actually be bad. Hold on, we're gonna have to do this in order to see when you fall. Okay, so it's gonna be
I'm not
9
unconscious.
followed by 13.
Wait, why is that? I think you said additional 3d6.
It's on a
Roll
crit.
for it.
Double all damage dice.
Oh shoot.
And then for the second one is gonna be another. Are you unconscious yet? So it's 9, then 13, then 6.
No, I'm not. I am real close.
Oh shit. And then 3d6 for another 16
Yeah, no.
on the second.
Wait,
the
what?
lot of you
Why
see.
is that a crit too?
It's
Or what?
not. That's. Oh, sorry. That should be.
Okay,
Oh no, the first one I did wrong. The first one should have been 66. Ugh. I messed it up. We're just gonna roll with it. The first one should have been 66. If the doppelganger surprises a
fine,
creature and
I'm
hits with an attack
unconscious.
during its first round of combat, it takes an additional 3d6 damage from the attack. Should have been 66, then 3d6. The rest of you see, and Treek, this will trigger your action in a moment. Nidra just being impaled by these blue claws which extend from the hands of the doppelganger from below. Treek, you can go ahead and take your action.
All right.
Nidra kind of slumps off of these claws to the ground as this creature passes her as Nidra kind of slumps down the stairs.
All right. I think y'all will be happy to know that my longbow is dex now. So
That
Oh.
hits.
It's pretty good.
That's less than good, but it's still a hit.
yeah,
It kind of sinks into her shoulder, and she snaps it off of the shoulder and grins at you as she progresses towards Thrognir. Something else happens at the same time. Yana, this woman that you're grappling tries to slash out at you.
Oh, they're both doppelgangers.
23 and 16.
Both hit. Does she have disadvantage being grappled? Wait, let me
Nope,
see.
you just limit
Okay.
her speed. I had to look that one up. 27, 32 damage in total.
Does it say that it? Is it? Okay.
this is concerning.
Never mind. I'm just.
I can't ping it to you. It's it gets 2 attacks per turn, and it's if surprised on the first round of combat, then you take the extra damage.
I don't think I was surprised though. I'm holding her.
Were you honestly expecting that she was?
I mean,
This is your call. If that's something that would have surprised Yana, like fair is fair, it's your call.
Like, it's fine.
Okay, then it'll stand. Bosco.
I'm going to run past this one and shoot at the other.
Okay. So you move kind of around Yana.
Well, I can
Like
move
past
through
her.
the creature too. As a
Oh, that's true. Okay. Yeah, that hits. And you're shooting at the
15.
one by Nidra?
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that
Uh,
does her a little worse for wear.
then
The arrow she was
3d6.
able to snap off. The bullet not so
I am
much.
not assisting for
That
sneak
hurts.
attack there.
No,
That
I
is
don't need
true.
it.
I gotta remind myself of how this works.
Oh no, I don't get.
no, because it needs to be. a
No, I
context
don't
ally.
get.
Yeah.
No, it's. I have to be within 5 feet for that one.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you're doing?
Yeah, then I'll move back and hit this one offhanded.
Okay. That will
And
not
probably
hit.
doesn't hit.
Yana.
1 second. Okay, I will release her and then just rage. And attack with my longsword.
Okay. You bring your longsword cleaving down towards her, and she's just barely able to get out of the way. Her now loose hair is trimmed off by the sword as it kind of flutters through the wind as she moves. You see these wickedly sharp teeth in a grin between her lips as she evades your attack.
And take my extra attack as well.
Same as before, this time she's even more nimble, being able to get out of the way. She almost saw your attack coming as if she could read your thoughts. Do you move?
No.
Thrognir.
Okay. Let's see. Well, anything that says it needs to be at range. Okay, so that's actually fine. 5, 10, 15. And as a bonus action, spiritual weapon, or I meant to just cast that. I meant to hit the thing that shows what it does, which.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what does your spiritual weapon look like?
In this case, I'm gonna say it's a mace.
You summon this ethereal mace. You can go ahead and draw it wherever you want it,
Yeah,
and it comes cracking down upon the head of this doppelganger. You
Well-
can go ahead and roll for damage.
Yeah. What's that
I'm assuming you were attacking with it. Sorry.
Actually, it's a bonus action, so I was just getting it out there. I was still determining.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
Do what
just
you do.
there. And
If you do attack, it hits. That's a good news.
that's the good news. But I took my character sheet away. That's assuming I should not do it. Bump that down and. You know, I could do that, but I think it's probably more pertinent that I get up the dress, so. What's the range on this? Shoot. Oh, I actually am. That's perfect. So, basically, we just only have the two people injured, Nidra and Yana, yes? Okay. Well, good news, everybody. I'm going to be doing the whole prayer of healing thingy. So,
Stand by on that.
oh,
Is that the one that we had problems with last time? Hold on.
we shouldn't. It's
What level is that?
level 2 is the fourth one from the top.
Casting time 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes? In that case,
Yeah,
we
we
can't-
messed that up in the dungeon,
did.
but it's
You're right.
okay. It's okay.
You're right. I'm used to it just being instant, so. In that case, let's not do that.
Yeah, I didn't catch it either last time, so
Yeah.
it's no big deal.
In that case, you just get a... You just get a band-aid on there. You just get a cure wounds.
Me?
Yes, you.
Cool.
Heals doppelganger.
Heal turn.
That's fine.
You have 7 less death points.
Nidra, you wake up and kind of, as your eyes drift open, you look and see these just gaping holes in your chest patching together slowly. They hurt like ever burning hell, but you're alive.
Cool.
Treek.
All right, so I'm a little perturbed. I'm gonna have Pete take his actions first, and he's gonna go ahead and go up to the closer doppelganger and
Sure.
go around the back there.
Okay, if you go in a different direction, you'll give him advantage. Just saying. Like if you went like over here.
Oh, that's correct. Can I move both my characters at the same time and
Yeah.
then attack?
Sure.
Then let's do this. That was 30 feet.
Sure.
And go get him, Pete.
That will not hit. Pete goes to ram her and she catches Pete's skull in her hands.
Oh.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Oh yeah.
That hits. Barely. She catches
found the
Pete's
armor
skull, but
class.
there's just a little bit too much force for her to stop it. Go ahead and
Okay.
roll damage. She looks equally as perturbed as you are as the cow headbutts her.
Good job, Pete. And then I'll go ahead and attack her with my...
Go ahead.
after casting Hunter's Mark on her. As a bonus action.
Go ahead. That'll hit. And Hunter's Mark damage?
Yeah, it was loading. There you go.
She definitely looks worse off for wear. Between you and Pete barraging her with these attacks, she's looking fairly wounded. Nidra.
Okay, so I'm like on the stairs here, laying down. I think I just sort of scramble up the stairs, like almost like crawling up the first couple and I sort of get to my feet as I scramble up, move around her. I'm gonna Thunder Wave her.
Sure.
Also, I just realized that Spectral Weapon can attack on the turn it's cast. It doesn't say as an action. It just says when you cast it. So I messed up, but oh well.
Con save. Yeah, we all mess up.
It happens.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna pass.
Alright, yeah, so she gets knocked back 10 feet. That's going downstairs, so I don't know if that has any effect.
Roll 1d10. This clap of thunder echoes through this basement, just with nowhere for the sound to go. It's ear-splitting as she's thrown down the stairs. Her head kind of cracks into the edge of one of these stairs before she's able to recover and begin standing back up. Just this hint of electricity traces through the air around her as she regains her stance.
Okay. And as I sort of crack off the thunder wave, a wisp of air picks me up off my feet and moves me here.
Sure. All right.
get
Let's
a
do
check?
this one first. Sorry.
Would I get a reaction
You-
when she's knocked out, or is
No,
that, that's only
'cause
if
she was
right,
forced.
You're right.
Yeah.
I remember the second I started talking, I was like, oh wait, no, that's not how it works.
She's going to move here and make 2 attacks against you, Thrognir.
Oh, coolie dog.
22 and 13.
Hit miss.
10 bludgeoning damage.
Ow, right into bludgeoning damage.
And Shriek.
Yes.
I don't think those are going to do it.
She also
Aiden
has
11.
disadvantage
Thank
on him.
goodness.
For what?
My ancestral protectors.
Okay. Well, I don't think she's hitting.
No,
I mean-
she's not.
Yeah. She's not hitting. Bosco.
Alright, I'm going to stab this one. And now I can do sneak attack. So 22 on this one. And then shoot this one with my offhand
That hits.
for another 7.
As she reaches out her arm to catch Pete's headbutt, she catches it just for a second as you bring your cutlass down, severing her arm at the elbow. You fling yourself around, making an offhanded attack with your pistol. Thrognir, the sound of black powder screams next to your ears as a bullet flies and hits the woman in the chest, just ahead of you. Yana.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the one in front of us.
Hits. Hits.
24.
You bring your greatsword slashing up her torso as she begins to sit there nearly motionless. You twirl around, bringing the greatsword just to decapitate her, throwing her head off into the basement below. Her body now changes from this fair, blonde-haired woman into this pale, ashen blue monstrosity ahead of you.
And then I'll move towards the other one.
Thrognir.
Alright. Well, before we do anything, and I forget about this, I could use that bonus action to have spiritual weapon do an attack.
That
With a
hits.
I was about to say, if a 15 hit, I think a 22 definitely does. And it's, yeah, 6 force damage.
This ethereal mace comes cracking down on the back of one of this monstrosity's knees, buckling her to the floor
Oh.
just before you. What do you do with your action?
Well, you know, I wasn't that great at that hammer swing. Let's try for round 2.
With advantage. That'll do.
That's a good thing it has advantage. Come on, let's Gallagher this.
As this creature falls to its knees before you, the pigment fading from its skin rapidly, you bring your hammer crashing down upon its shoulder, just fracturing straight through the shoulder into the back of the spinal column before it falls limp at your feet. Then we can go ahead and we can break combat order now.
All right.
Yay!
I think I sort of slump
Sweet.
against the wall. I'm like, I had not considered that it might have been both of them.
You got half the puzzle right.
And I just sort of like slump against the wall and just sort of chill there.
So is that a no-go on the 200 gold each?
I
Well,
don't
Say
think
we
so.
start looking through stuff.
I mean, if they're both dead,
So, as you kind of mentioned this, looking below, you see these items, which I just put out in green for you.
All right.
There's a
Oh,
lot of shit there.
important
Yeah.
question we need to know: is there a
Wow.
bank we can turn that copper into not copper?
Yeah, I don't hold you guys to that. You guys can coin up.
Yeah, I kind of colored
Okay.
myself up at the market last night. I hope that wasn't a problem.
No, you guys can do that whenever. I don't hold you to it. I don't count encumbrance unless we're grossly over encumbered. So I'm
550. Okay, so
25 gold.
now. If
50
you were to be
silver.
carrying like 24 scimitars, maybe we have to talk then. But I'm not sure. Actually, I
but
don't think
daggers are
you were
fine,
even
though.
encumbered with all of those.
I wasn't. I
Yeah,
was
pretty
not. I was
much.
careful
There's-
Scimitars
about
aren't that heavy. They changed. the
henceforth,
law.
I don't worry about it too much. But so that's what you guys find.
That's what we got each: 500 CP, 100 silver, and 200 gold.
How much are human
gem.
skulls worth, do you think?
There's
You gotta
also
fight the right.
there's
right
also the
person to
copper
buy 'em.
there. Just saying.
That's
The
another
value of a
5
human
gold.
skull.
The copper was oddly added to the my previous roll. I don't know why.
and don't forget the
Oh.
one. Everyone gets 1 gem worth 50 GP.
The value of a human skull would be non-valuable.
We could decorate the pirate ship.
And you're left with 2 potions and a wand.
Let's. Where's that thing? Can I do that, or am I thinking of something else?
Does anyone?
I don't. Can I not do that?
What?
I'm not seeing it. Holy shit.
What's that?
Oh no, never mind. There it is. It's right freaking there, Jake. Check out what the wand is.
Yeah, so you spend your time to kind of do this as a ritual, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So let's see. Faint aura around it. Area bears magic you learn at School of Magic, if any. Okay. Yes, both the wand and I think by definitions the potions are magical. I
Mhm.
think all potions are magical.
Yeah.
So the wand is definitely magical. School of Divination. The potions, you have a grasp of what they are. They look similar to the potions of healing you've used before. They're just a greater volume, maybe a little more clear. For all intents and purposes, they're potions of greater healing.
I'll ask. As I see him describing this, I'll set my gun down and see if he notices anything off of it.
I mean, theoretically, that should anything in 30 feet.
Yeah.
It does appear to be magical. You can't tell the type of magic. It's kind of like a bit of a spectrum of magic. It's not well described.
What about my hand? Is my hand still have that mark on it?
Yes, yes, the mark on your hand is very much magical.
Just
Yep.
as a question, is it like a brand that I have to pay the money, or
You
it's a
don't know.
brand from the gun? Okay.
Okay, let's take a quick break real quick. Let's go for like 2 or 3 minutes. You guys can decide who's taking what, and then we'll move on with our adventure.
Okay,
Okay.
that sounds like a good plan. So let me put this stream break.
To the Mintarn.
Hmm. I feel like we should report this to someone. Like, do we ever found like
Yeah.
the actual house owner in that pile of bodies down there?
Not that you could tell.
Should, is all of that stuff from just downstairs,
Yes.
or was it from the whole house? Because maybe we should check the house and make sure there's nothing kinky up there too.
Loot the house. Got it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
There's nothing of interest in the house that doesn't have a battle map.
Cool.
Ah,
I
We
check under
found
the bed.
7,000 gold in the
Yes.
house.
Under the bed, you find a doppelganger.
Let's
A
Stop.
go.
baby. A baby
I-
doppelganger.
I'm down
I
to
kill
kill
it.
babies.
you solved his bed puzzle.
The trend continues of
Phrasing.
killing babies.
Phrasing.
I'm fine with that.
I don't know. I think my priority would be on finding somewhere to go take a short rest. Maybe heading back to the inn to have lunch or something.
What time did you guys wake up, by the way? Like, is the party early risers, or do you guys kind of sleep?
I'm an elf, so earlier is better.
Throgner would probably be an earlier rise.
Yeah, I'm an early riser.
10 o'clock.
Agree.
I woke up.
A teenage girl that's an early riser, Nidra? Really?
She
There's
comes
like
from a
4
fishing
of them.
village where she busts her ass.
Not wrong. Okay, so we'll say
She
that
is
it's
constant.
probably, I don't know. We'll call it like 10 o'clock.
That's when I woke up. Because I had to check that gun.
Okay.
So probably noon.
So what do? Now we'll call it 10.
Okay.
I'm all in favor of going back to the Manticore's tail to have lunch and lick our wounds. Or one of us can lick our wounds.
I
Sounds good.
That could be nice.
All right.
I don't know. I think the first like city guard we passed by on the way, I sort of just point out the house and say there was shit in the basement and it was bad. And also, I'm currently bleeding on you. Please excuse me.
I did not mean to do that.
You want
He
me to
sees
fix you up?
you, kind of. Literally, you have gaping holes in your abdominal cavity at this point.
It's not good.
Um, He kind of looks at you perplexed, and then he and a couple other guards go running off towards the house you gestured at.
I just give him a thumbs
One of
up.
them begins to provide you with basic medical attention, but nothing that you couldn't be accomplishing yourself.
Okay.
But you guys can make your way back to the Manticore's tail.
All right. I'm immediately in short rest mode. Is there any problem with that?
Nope.
All right. I'm just
Go
gonna start
for
some
it.
rolls.
You
What are the
need a
rest of
nap?
you doing?
No, that's not good.
Hmm.
I'm looking for rum.
7:14.
There's
Pina
I mean-
coladas. Do you have any?
says, "I
There we go.
3 silver. I'll bring it over."
Alright. Does everyone else want pina coladas?
I mean, yeah.
I fucking
I'll take a
love this
pinnacle.
island where we go for lunch and get pina coladas.
Listen,
That's
it's
the
been a
thing.
day already. Okay.
Yeah. Look.
So do you want the hard dish
Let's
stuff?
celebrate. Yeah, I think I'll match this man on rum.
I'm just gonna sort of like gesture like pina colada and just sort of like throw some silver on the table and hope that someone arrives with food and drink at some point in the near future.
Yeah.
I'll
I
pay
So
for it.
you guys can pay off 3 silver for your drinks, and after not too long, the innkeeper brings over a platter with a just number of like grilled cheese sandwiches and a couple peppers and different types of fruit and stuff alongside it with different kind of dipping jus.
I could get used to this.
Do people who live in our room, Yana and Throgner, did we ever decide who's paying 2 gold tonight?
I thought we were gonna go
I
you then
can.
me. Just okay.
or we go. Yeah, whatever.
I was just thinking we just go in the order we had in the bed, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just
Sounds good.
Street, did you cover last night and I'll cover tonight?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm just like sort of collapsed on the table, like slowly dipping sandwiches and stuff, shoveling it in my face with like my head down on the table. This is like the third time this has happened. Where I've just sort of wandered into a tavern mostly dead.
The sorceress who leads the party into nat 20s.
I lived, mostly.
Andy,
You look
are those
very
people up
squishy.
there?
Sorry, what's up, Treek?
Those people that were petting Pete earlier, those people still there? Like, canonically?
We'll say they're not here right now.
I wanted to try that throwing knives game that we saw
Oh,
when we
that's
were in
interesting.
here last.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a dartboard with throwing knives over in the corner.
Let's do this.
As you get up to, I say you should play Yana. She's really good at it.
Oh, I am. You want to play?
Yeah, I've heard of your wonderful expertise.
No, it's traveled that far already.
I'll
Okay,
hide.
you guys can go ahead and
So
make
I don't-
dexterity saving throws.
I think I get advantage because of my
Oh,
I think I got bad.
What do you get advantage
Nice
from?
job.
dexterity saving throws from danger sense.
There's no danger associated with this. The
I'm
only
like-
danger is from you throwing the throwing knives. Maybe everyone else should get advantage. Go ahead and roll your. Okay,
that's still pretty good.
Yana, you throw one and sink it into the target. Bosco, you throw one kind of snickering at Yana, which lands straight on the bullseye. For a moment, you feel proud until you see Treek's knife sink into the handle of yours, doubling over the bullseye.
Damn it. Good shot.
Thanks.
Nidra, Pete kind of looks at you and nuzzles you with her head and starts licking at your wounds as you're trying to tend to them. You're applying salves, which Pete's kind of licking off, but is doing her best to support you.
I
Maybe
just
for
sort of, I
work.
just sort of like,
Yeah.
I just like
I
sort of
didn't
like,
actually get hit, so
hug
I'm just gonna.
Pete's head. I just sort of like slump over Pete's head, and just hug.
Aw, I think I'll apply salves to her. I do have a lot of medical supplies from around that old tower, medical herbs. If maybe we can help Nidra out.
I'm assuming Nidra's, for the most part, healed.
Yeah, I have 2
that
hit
correct?
points
Did you
now.
guys want to go anywhere still today?
I'd
I've
be
been
down to
here
check out the
before.
coast.
Yeah, we could head down to the docks. I could get a tattoo.
Yeah, maybe there's sand for sand castles.
Sandcastle contest.
Do I know where a good tattoo shop is?
Do you have any tattoos?
Probably one. No, I don't think I would.
Okay.
No.
You passed one that looked reasonable enough on your way up from the dock.
Is there anyone in here who has any tattoos? Other patrons?
Not really. It's pretty quiet right now. In fact, I would say that you guys are probably the only ones in here around lunch.
How's the open carry policy around here? Can we take our pina coladas on the road?
Yeah, you can.
Let's do it.
I don't think that's what open carry means in most places. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also packing my crossbow on my hip openly.
Where are you guys going?
I don't know. I'm
Tattoo shop?
Nadra is fully in follower mode for the rest of the day.
Yeah, we'll head down to the docks.
Leader
think
mode
we're
didn't go
going
well
docks.
for her.
You didn't want to go to the library, Nidra?
It's
Or find someone with books?
adventure for another day.
So you guys make your way back down to where you saw this tattoo shop from the get-go. There's a few people out bouncing around. you see a few guys kind of standing outside of a doorway, leaning against the wall, smoking some form of tobacco product. And the man that's next to Yana currently is kind of collapsed on a floor asleep. He appears to be some form of beggar.
Is this one the tattoo shop?
So let's backtrack a bit. Bosco, as you approach these two men, for a split second, go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right.
You recognize one of them just by face beneath this hood that they're wearing. And within a split second, as the remainder of you walk towards these docks, you see Bosco just being shuffled and pulled inside of this building, the door of which slams shut as he's dragged inside.
Oh.
We should
Huh.
probably do something about that. Huh?
Nice.
I'll run forward and pull on the door.
It is locked.
I'm riding Pete right now. I'm gonna go ahead and have him use charge on the.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Wow. Guys, it's a push door.
Yup, I'm about to push it.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Thank you, sir.
This is going to be the best nat one ever. No, I need the attack roll too. That just does extra damage.
Yep.
Hey.
19.
That's
Not bad.
So Pete goes crashing into this door. Bosco, you on the other side as you're pulled in this door here, as something hits the door that you were just dragged through. We can talk about what you see in a minute.
All right.
Some good Foley right
Pete
there.
recoils violently from her head being rammed into this sturdy door.
you did good, kid. We're gonna back
So,
up.
Bosco, you're pulled into but as far as you can tell, single room building, dimly lit, and you recognize the face of one of the men that pulled you in to be someone who used to sail on the Executioner. In fact, he was someone that you had chosen and recruited from a port along the coast to be part of your munitions team. He looks at you and says, "Well, it's been a long time, Bosco. I see you still wearing that firearm on your hip as normal."
Aye. Why'd I get pulled into this room? What's going on here?
You had some sort of folk following you. People that we don't need knowing that this is here. And what you see is just store piles of black powder and just all sorts of munition rounds.
That's so
right.
bad. I'm about to start throwing fire to get into the building.
Yeah.
There-
So keeping in mind, you guys don't know what he's seeing.
No, I don't.
these people are just
Light it
people
up,
that
Ninja.
the captain has had me stay with. They're
Still with old Captain Carnage, huh?
oh yeah.
You know, there's a lot more money to be had on land. Turns out that a lot of people along the Sword Coast aren't too familiar with gunpowder yet.
I've been looking for some. Have you guys started a little business here?
Aye, most of which we export off to the elves. You should have seen their bloody fucking faces as we just outshot their longbows with firearms. How stupid they look.
Oh yeah, that's always the fun. I'll make sure they don't come in here. But how much are you selling all that for?
I don't remember what we determined for the values. Okay, so off of the
Maybe-
Gunslinger class,
Yeah.
each shot is just the ammo price on
Right.
there. So
Right.
basically, this is a place that, for the time being, you could acquire basically anything above muskets, so palm pistols, and muskets, and a blunderbuss. Just
Okay.
none of the crazy ones.
All right.
You can get those for the specified price and ammo.
Okay.
let's go
Oh.
back. Hey, team, what's going on outside?
I am currently circling around the building looking for windows or something. I'm looking for a place where I can get out of sight so I can start hurling magic to breach this building.
There aren't any windows in here, right?
So there are where were once windows, but they've been boarded over and blacked out, like, very well. They obviously don't want people knowing what's in or out of this building.
Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm looking like if it's a hole in the wall, i.e., like it's not solid wall. That's a possible point of entry. I'm literally just trying to circle around the building, so I don't have line of sight, so no one can see me as I start hurling magic to bust in.
Boys.
So what magic are you hurling?
Uh, Thunderwave's an option so far. I haven't decided how I'm gonna do this yet. I'm just looking
Okay,
for possible
let's go to
points
the
of
rest.
egress.
Let's go to Yana, Treek, and Thrognir.
Hmm.
Nidra's circling around. Bosco's been pulled in this building. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna try and climb the roof.
Okay, give
Oh,
me
I'm
an
following.
acrobatics check.
I'm
Oh
definitely
my
there with you.
god, dude,
Oh,
this
she
guy
crit
gets
it!
pulled.
Nat 20!
You're just able, even with your nat 20, a 15 is just enough for you to get up onto this roof. You struggle, but you make it up. I
You're
want you
in
guys
bed.
to step back for a minute and imagine this. Guy gets pulled in, sorcerer starts looking for means of ingress to this building, and the barbarian's on the roof.
And
So
meanwhile-
is Treek.
I'm an
meanwhile,
elf.
I
It's
hear
no-
this. Maybe I should. I'll talk
Yeah,
to them. and say,
you hear footsteps on the tiled roof above you.
I want to call down the
Heavy
chimney.
footsteps.
Bosco,
boys, maybe I should
you
go out and
okay?
say that I'm fine, and that you guys are just my buddies.
I'm gonna go to the chimney.
Before these people start doing crazy things, one of them has magic.
Yeah, get them off the bloody roof, please.
Alright.
As you start walking out the front door, Nidra, at the same time, I'm gonna say that like as you are like channeling your first spell as he opens the door here, what is Nidra channeling?
It's Thunderwave. I think that's the best way to push wood into the building.
Okay,
As much
go
as-
ahead and make your thunder wave roll.
I'm gonna take that, aren't I?
No, you're coming out the front door. She's along
And
the side.
go ahead and give me a what's your spellcasting modifier? Charisma.
Yeah. So it's.
Go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw.
Um,
Basically D20 plus charisma mod plus proficiency. So you release this thunder wave which blows a hole in kind of you figure that you can target one of the support beams of this building. It looks a little rotted out from the ambient moisture. And you just kind of
I'm not
blow a
trying to
hole.
collapse it. I'm trying to open a window.
Yeah, no, you don't collapse a building, but what you get is basically pouring out from the side of this building now is what you would imagine to be bearing balls. What Bosco would recognize as to be musket balls. And inside you see just three or four very perturbed men, one of which draws a pistol and fires it towards you.
This is a good day for me, team.
Magic user.
Oh, it missed.
Yeah, that goes wildly astray. What do you do?
I duck and I am waiting for support because I'm not charging in there.
Oh, I'll run
Whoa,
over
whoa, whoa,
hearing
whoa, whoa.
that.
So Bosco walks out the front door, and Bosco, as you walk out and you start to close the door, one of these gentlemen from the execution pokes his head out and say, "Get these fucks out of here! Jesus Christ, if you're coming back, Bosco, don't bring them."
Alright, will do.
Fucking put a hole in the side of the building for bringing our friend in.
I'll drop.
Fuck's
I'll,
sake.
I'll give them some coin to fix the hole. My apologies about all this.
Go ahead and mark off 5 gold.
Alright.
Let's go ahead and burn a spell slot. There we go.
Anyways, team. Yana,
Are
give
you
me a
okay?
dexterity saving throw. As this building is shook, and you too, Treek, as the building shakes beneath your feet from a. Yana, you fall face first onto a deck. Treek, you're fine.
Oh, hey, Nidra.
You take 4 points of face falling flat damage as you fall right next to Nidra and look up with maybe a slightly bruised face.
I start picking her up off the ground and quickly put my hood up, and I'm looking for a way out of here.
I'll give a little bit more. I'll drop another 5 and say sorry for your roof.
I don't think this is a tattoo parlor.
I'd say
Uh
not.
huh.
If I looked down
Meanwhile,
this
across the
chimney,
way, you see a gentleman walk out with very reddened skin from the shop to the north.
To be fair, that was the shiftiest way to grab your friend and say hello ever.
I do that all the time.
fucking pirate.
Look, whenever I see my friends, I just make sure we meet up in a dark alley. I come out from the shadows with a thing of chloroform, and just drag them back to my car, and we go back and have some pints at the pub.
This
Hey,
does
Andy?
sound the roguish way. Yeah,
I can't
Yeah.
move my character.
really.
Did you
Yeah.
get paralyzed from the thunder wave?
Possibly.
There you go.
Thanks.
Is there anything of interest down this chimney? Because I'd always look.
You're not a.
Yeah,
Get
a
off the
fucking
fucking
munition
chimney.
shop who just got a hole blown in its side.
I'll tell Treek to get off the damn chimney.
Mind your own business. Traitor.
He says peering down a chimney.
All right, fine. I'll hop.
We had some whenever we shared a room and we slept next whenever I let you have the big bed.
All right, that's true. Okay.
So,
All right, break my fall.
are you guys
Break your
going?
fall.
The tall elf says to the minute halfling.
Yeah, sure, I got you. Don't worry.
Yes, congratulations. You have found both the tattoo shop and the munition shop.
As
Meanwhile,
much as
I
it would
just
have broke the entire campaign, I'm a little bit sad that it didn't go ahead and blow up the ammunition shop.
I
Yeah,
would have been so pissed and so dead.
yeah. I think
Then
that
I
may
could
have
have had 'em.
actually killed Bosco.
Then
I don't
could've
know
been
how
alive.
I would roll that. I think that would have. I think that for
I
both
think-
you, Bosco, and the people on the roof, it would have been just a straight 1d100 roll for damage.
Either that or just a bunch of essentially fireball damage.
Yeah, that might maybe fireball would be better. Yeah,
Yeah, just
I don't know.
having, like,
Anyway,
4.
it would have been ugly.
It would have, and I would have been outside just watching this whole thing. It was like, this is why you don't touch magic.
Thrognir, the one who has bad experiences with explosives and magic already, watches the party immolate themselves by blowing up an ammunition shop full of black powder.
Well,
A lot of you, whoever chooses to, walks into this tattoo shop, which
Oh,
you
yeah,
can know.
I quickly
Determine
follow
which is
Yana
which.
and sit in the corner quietly by myself and pull my hood down.
Uh, it's a similarly dimly lit shop. Not that you know what the inside of the munition shop looked like, other than through the hole you saw that Nidra blew in. There's a middle-aged woman sitting on a stool, kind of cleaning up from where her last customer received their fresh tattoo before walking out the door, hearing the explosion of the munition shop. She looks at you and says, and who sent you here? Not often I have new customers coming through.
Well, I've heard your work is superb.
I would agree. What can I do for you?
I would like a tattoo of this, and I show her my pendant.
Okay. Do we have any inclination as to what your pendant looks like?
I have to get mine over here.
We need to replace that headset. I don't know what's going on with that, but we need to replace that at some point. Okay, so she takes a look at it, and she says, "All right, it'll run you 20 gold, and it'll take us about 2 hours to complete."
Okay, I'll look out the door and say, "Are you guys good for 2 hours? You could go to the beach or
Sandcastle
something."
building contest.
Yeah, I'll look around.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna be in here. And I will hand her the gold.
Anyone else getting tattoos?
I'm
Not
just
at this
watching.
point.
Okay, you're staying with Yana.
Hmm.
All right. So for Thrognir, Bosco, and Treek, and Pete, what are you guys doing?
Anything you guys want to see here?
Well, is there hay ever around here? Is that what all this stuff is? Just long
No, it's
grass.
just yeah.
Okay. I think I'll feed Pete some like a head of lettuce and some like herbs for his head because I feel
Okay.
that's just a quick.
Hmm.
Do y'all want to explore the house next to the beggar?
It's just as you guys look at it, it's not so much a house. It's very much torn down. You could easily get inside. What you can gather, there wouldn't be much difference of him laying inside or outside for maintaining warmth.
Actually, for
This is a
wanna
pretty rundown part of town.
Okay, I want to try and work on that gun again.
Okay, so you sit down for a while and you work towards cleaning out the gun.
I think I'll
Well,
drop some tuna jerky next to the beggar while he's.
Okay, do you wake him?
No.
Okay.
a
A
seagull
bird
flies in
comes and
take your-
eats his jerky.
Yeah, I was making the same joke.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Oh, I have advantage against beasts, so. No, it
You
won't.
tell the bird to go away, right?
Mine.
Mine, mine.
Yours.
So you guys have about 2 hours.
All right. Well. What do I have?
Oh, Andy, for thieves' tools, are we rolling it just sleight of hand?
We'll talk
Or
about proficiency and stuff at some other time. We're gonna
Okay.
use the actual rules for it. I just don't
Okay,
remember what it
yeah,
is.
I have it.
It's like D20 plus proficiency plus most relevant modifier.
Yeah, like intelligence or dexterity.
Yeah, so for you it'd be like proficiency in dex.
Yeah,
plus
if
a
I've
D20.
seen it before, it's a dexterity thing. If I haven't, it's intelligence.
Okay.
I'll ask Bosco. Do you have cards? I feel like most halflings I've met have.
Let me see.
Again, the racial profiling.
Thank you.
We all do it. No, actually, I don't have cards. That's one thing I don't have.
We'll have to pick some up next time we see some then. I learned a couple games on the ship, so. Ooh, actually, there's a sailor over here. Or, sorry, a fisherman
Mm-hmm.
along the.
Oh.
Yeah. I was seeing him. I was thinking, what if I had anything I could do?
I'll just check up a conversation. I know. Nidra likes to fish, and I've got no.
You kind of take a seat next to him and he's just kind of jigging his rod in the water here. His line's got about a dozen hooks on it and he's just kind of pulling out these 3 or 4 inch long mackerel and small other bait fish and dropping them into a jar next to him. He says, "Oh, nice to see you all. Caught me at work, huh?"
Yeah, this is the same man from the market.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for that jerky.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's
I
not that
haven't yet.
special, really, but
Yeah.
it's tasty enough, I think. People like to buy it. I have enough locals come by for it. The kids enjoy it as a snack.
Hmm. Wow. You ever had a tattoo?
Back when I was a lad, I received a number of tattoos, but nothing I'm too proud over now. That's just somewhat a strange question to ask. Speaking of which, why do you?
Sorry, you cut out there.
He asks
Or-
you why you ask.
No reason, just because we're nearby a tattoo shop.
No, it's just a good place to Get myself some bait fish before going out into the harbor. It's worked for me
Mm.
for years. It's a nice, quiet
Okay.
enough place. Seems like it's got a good sense of security, other than that explosion earlier. But
Sorry
having a
about that.
few men armed outside with weapons that don't bother me and I don't bother them, and I get some relatively undisturbed fishing time.
Makes sense. Well, thanks for the conversation.
Hmm.
Ragnar, what do you do?
Just looking out and seeing about how busy it looks around here, because we're at the inland harbor, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, we're over here. Yeah.
Correct. You guys are actually about right up here. Maybe like up towards here.
See how busy it is. How many ships are docked around or coming in and out.
There's only about 3 ships docked nearby, the Executioner being one of them. It's definitely quiet.
Not the hustle and bustle of.
Oh god,
Wars
no.
of-
Luskin was far more involved. Considering though that Luskin is part of like directly the Sword Coast, and definitely more in the line of trade along the coast, it probably isn't that surprising to you.
Hmm. Okay. Well. In that case, I don't really have too much that could do at this point in time. At least, not.
Not unless you have cards.
Yeah, not particularly. Don't.
I have dice if you guys want to borrow them.
We can dice.
I agree.
Do we want to dice?
Yeah, I'll dice you for tonight's room rent.
Sure.
All right.
1 gold.
Oh,
He's
What's
actually
well?
playing 5 gold.
Oh.
I actually paid last night, so it's technically free. But
Yeah,
you
Oh,
get
so
the
you're
point.
I'm paying tonight.
You're not chipping in. All right. Well, we're gonna dice for a bit, I think.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Just until they
I'm
get
just
in.
working on
Yeah.
stuff while you guys
Yep,
do
I'm
your
just
stuff.
thinking.
So
I'm just thinking.
All right.
So,
What are you thinking? Like,
Why don't we just 2 gold a pot.
yeah.
Per piece. Yeah, that sounds good. All right.
Do you want to play 21 by RNGing cards 1 through or something like that?
No, I thought we were doing dice because
Oh, that's right.
dice set.
Yeah, whatever. Wait, we trying to roll snake eyes first or something? What do you want to do?
How about something a little less taken forever? You want to do
Okay.
like roll? Let's come on, guys. Let's act like we're rolling characters. 4. Roll 4d6.
Okay.
Sound good?
Higher wins.
Yeah, let's go for highest. You clearly got higher.
Ow.
Wow, we both got 2 crits.
Yes.
Cool. I'll pocket your 2 gold
Hey,
then.
Andy.
Damn.
He
That's
left.
Oh, I want to know how long I have on this gun.
1,000,000 years.
Probably.
3 minutes.
Abs. I got Katie into Taz.
Oh no, what have you done?
We're listening to it like 10 minutes at a time.
I was
We got-
driving behind someone up here and they had an Adventure Zone bumper sticker and I was like, what? In this small town? And then I was
Really?
with my little sisters and I guess they investigated and it's their band teacher.
Really? That's
Amazing.
cool. Now we just got through the 3rd episode with the Everclear Caves or whatever. I can't remember. Oh, Wave Echo Caves.
Andy's back.
And the
Whoa.
squishiness where they kept on having to roll Constitution saving throws.
Yes, I do remember that.
I love that so much.
okay.
Favorite
So
part.
are you guys just basically burning time around the docks until the honest?
Yeah.
For flavor, I'll just add in. I think like after like 20 minutes of sitting in the corner quietly with my hood down, not really realizing that the guard isn't coming to like arrest me, I think like I start taking like fascination with what's happening over with Yana. It's like I like watch. I start sketching my own thing on my own quill and paper, just off in the corner.
At some point, I'll ask Strognir and say, "So I guess you're not the only one with magic."
No, that I no. I think
Well, I don't
most of
have
us
it,
have.
and I just found out that Niger had it by blowing a hole in my buddy's house.
You were there when I also
You were
did
also
the
there.
same thing
Oh,
to
I
the
did notice
doppelganger.
whenever you blew that thing. Never mind. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Oh
Very
yeah, the
scary stuff.
doppelganger.
Yeah.
And yep.
Worst kept secret
Surprise.
to to Bosco, but
Oh
not
yeah.
like it needed to be a secret.
Nah.
So after a few hours, a little longer than expected, Yana walks out, and Yana, you can describe your new tattoo and what.
So on the upper middle of my back, there's a circle, and inside of it, there are 3 lines at the top forming like lightning bolts, 3 lines in the upper middle forming mountains, 3 lines in the lower middle throwing rivers, and then 3 small vertical lines at the bottom. 1 longer, 1 medium, 1.
Pretty cool.
That's it.
And we have our first tattoo in the party.
Woo.
I think I sort of like I'm like, admiring the work as she's like getting ready to come out, and I sort of like turn over my parchment that I've been working on, and like I have my griffin feather out that I had stored from our time in Luskin, and I have like a couple different sketches of it. I'm like, could she do something like this maybe?
Wait, me or the tattoo artist?
The tattoo artist. Hello?
Sorry, were you talking to a tattoo artist or to
Yes.
Yana? Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were inside. I thought you were asking Yana.
No, I was
She
yeah.
she kind of glances at it, and she says, "All right, especially with the tracing, I don't see why not."
Okay. I'll be back.
Are you sure that you're? Never mind. As you are.
Um,
Are you old enough?
is that a
Does your
thing
mother
here? Do you
know
have to
you're
be
here?
18 to get a tattoo?
Well, I wouldn't want your mother coming down here to the wrong neighborhood and getting upset with me, but I suppose there's no rules against.
She like sort of like sketches like a feather. Like I'll think about this a little bit more, but I might be back. I sort of like pocket everything and get ready to head out.
Gladly, you know where I live. It's about 4 p.m.
Any thoughts on what
Wow.
we should do? Should we explore?
Bosco, any ideas? What's to see?
I don't know. Do you guys want to go to? I know Niger wanted to go look for books or something.
We could try.
What else did you guys want to do here?
Well,
Let me be your tour guide.
I see a big stronghold-looking thing up on the hill to our northwest. What's up with that?
or
Do I know what's up with that, Andy?
Go ahead and give me a history check.
All right. I don't know what's up with that. Oh, advantage. A little bit better.
No, it's in fact it may be one of the first times you've really noticed it. It's more of a fortified structure. What you're seeing most of, especially from down here, is just these fortified walls around some sort of a compound, but you can't really discern much otherwise.
Maybe they have books in there.
Should we go and check? Actually, would I know where books would be?
You have been around to a couple, for all intents and purposes, coffee shops that you know have like a small variety of books, mostly novels and light reading stuff like that. But as far as like if you were looking for like a library proper, no.
Okay, I'll explain that to Nidra and the party that I could find novels, but what type of books are you looking for?
Oh, it's hard to say. I have a wide variety of interests.
Slutty books? Smutty books? Is that
Uh,
what you're trying to say?
no, it's not. It was we read a lot of books back home. That wasn't really among them. But I don't know, anything from navigational charts straight up through, reference books or just almanacs. And I read novels too.
By the way, how much time do we have today? Christian, I know you're looking to be done by 3 for Super Bowl. Did
Well,
you
I
want to get
gotta,
off?
yeah, I gotta jump off very soon because I gotta cook some stuff for Mom and Katie and Dad.
I was also kind of thinking that I'd be done soon.
Do we want to
'Cause
jump off now or?
I was gonna suggest whenever we head back to the inn for the night would be a
Yeah,
good
we
time.
can wrap up this day.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah.
Sounds good.
So we have been going for 3 hours.
So you guys have about 6 hours left in the.
Hmm.
It does
I-
seem like enough time for us to go look around for some books, perhaps in these coffee shop-like locations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe I just go to visit one of those places just to sort of get a feel for what that looks like here.
Okay.
Give me a perception check as you walk through to try to find something along the lines of a book.
Just regular?
Whole party?
Yeah, we can go ahead and do a group perception check.
I'm not good at seeing stuff.
Well, that's okay.
You guys start walking through the city, and you do come across what are just kind of these anywhere from a bar to a coffee shop that have a small assortment of books out for people to read. Um, you don't really come across anything anywhere that sells books or even so much as lends them out like a library. You guys come up pretty dry.
Okay. I think I sort of just spent a quiet evening, just sort of like grabbing a cup of coffee and just grabbing a book from one of these places just to sort of hang out for a bit, even if it's not all that interesting.
Yeah, so coffee especially is something that's definitely more tropical. Um, you may have had it before as like a very rare treat,
Yeah, I was just
but
thinking.
here it seems to be pretty plenty.
Yeah, I was just thinking that might be the first time she's ever. She's probably heard of it before, but this might be the first time she's ever had it.
Yeah,
What is this
let's
thing
make
that
it canonical. Let's have a con saving throw to see how you do with caffeine. Low being jittery, high being well maintained. Yeah, you adapt to
She's
it
a
pretty
pro.
well.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Trig, not so much.
Yep.
Our
I think I
very
should just stick
excitable
to the
ranger is
low.
now very spastic.
Yep. My dex turns into like jumpiness. No big deal. Cool.
But
You're right
with
over there,
that,
Treek?
a lot of you kind of go through the city exploring. You see kids playing, you see pirates pirating, all sorts of just basically what you'd expect. Nothing really disorderly. It's very quiet compared to Luskin once again. Kind of a city of camaraderie in a sense. You find yourselves back to the Manticore's tail around 7 o'clock, 6 or 7, and you enjoy a fresh summer salad um, as per standard, and find your way back up to your rooms where you can progress with anything else you guys want to do for the evening before heading to bed.
I think that's it for me.
I think we might want to inquire tomorrow about the pirate summit, or whatever you want to call it, that's happening at this inn in a couple days.
We also have the clock tower tours are tomorrow.
Yeah. I also wanted to check, ask some Crown's Guard or any people next time about if they've seen any of the 3 people we're supposed to be on the lookout for. Or at least I am.
A lot of you spend your evening kind of winding down for what has been so far, spare maybe for Nidra, an uneventful first few days in Mintarn. Perhaps what you expected or perhaps not, especially after the events of Luskin. But that being said, who knows what's in store for you over the next few days. And that's where we'll wrap it up this week. We will start off with day 3 of Mintarn next weekend.
All right.
Perfect.
Cool
Sounds
beans.
great.
That was great.
That push us
Well,
to 2 of 3.
First time in a... Oh, and make sure to add, you guys should be at 2 out of 3 for your level XP.
That's what I thought.
All right. To get to level 6, I believe.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Alright, I'm gonna shut the stream down for now. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.